Welcome back to another night of the Worcester Premier League.
Big 180 found.
And Parissi takes the match.
Krueger with the massive checkout.
He needs the ball, and he finds it. And Krikorian is your Season 1 champion.
And he's walking it in. Oh, what a shot.
Think.
We were just muted the entire time.
Oh, hey.
As you can tell, okay, so let me redo this again. Ladies and gentlemen, we're a little rusty. We have been absent from the studio for 3.5 months right now. So, my name is 𝗬𝗲 Martinez. Thank you so much for joining us for WPL Season 4, joined by the ever so handsome, ever so muscular Nick the Sureshot Soldo. As we were saying before, we got that crazy, hey,
before we realized you guys couldn't hear us at all, you know.
This is a new and improved WPL season. We have 2 new faces, 1 returning champion. This is the first WPL season that we're going to have where 2 champions are going to be duking it out in the same studio. Unbelievable.
Return of the king, return of the Season 1 champion, Krikorian, who found his way in and is hopefully going to try to make a big run here.
He's going to have a lot to prove in the coming weeks here. We're going to move over to the lineup right now so we can get into the finer details of the matches ahead of ourselves tonight. So the Week 1 opening matches, we're going to open up with Ricard, Justin Burke. What a matchup that's going to be. Both guys, I feel like a lot to prove there.
Guys that play each other all the time, too. In Worcester Dart League, Minuteman, they used to play each other head-to-head in singles league.
That's right,
I know they play each other heads up, so they got a lot of experience playing against each other.
And then second game of the night, opening match is going to be Krikorian, Rudge. Rudge, what a run in the playoffs in Season 3. I mean, a phenomenal victory over the Dreamboat and Ron Sargent to put him into that final game against Tom Curtin. I feel like he has even more to prove defending that run against the new guys that are coming in. He's the guy to beat more so than Tom, I feel.
And he's been playing great, too. He's coming off of a tournament. He came in second place in doubles over at the Winter Classic that just took place.
That's right.
He's been playing some great darts. So he's going to look to show that, hey, I made a run last year. My darts are turning around. So I'm gonna go do it now.
Can't wait to see what he brings to the table here in Season 4. The two new faces, Fred Krueger, Mike Parissi. Unbelievable darts that they were playing in the play-in. There was a lot of good shots at that play-in. I mean, that was a tough tournament. These guys earned their way into Season 4, battled it out against the 12 players. Well, obviously, them being included in that 12, but these guys facing off in the first week, a little unfortunate, but should be a very interesting game.
Fred Krueger looking dominant through the entire play-in event, and then Mike Parissi able to beat out Steve Krikorian in that one. Just a crazy match. They had nerves of steel as he came down and threw that last double to just clinch the match.
Last game of the night, Mike Carignan, the Adonis, with that beautiful pose and that who's that player social post that we did. Ever so handsome. Oh, my God. Mike Carignan, he has some very interesting darts. He had a little bit of an up-and-down season last season, I feel. When he's on, he's a threat. He's deadly. He is tough to beat. But is he going to be able to dig deep in the opening week, find those darts, not wait around?
He's going to have to come out swinging, and he's going to have to show some more consistency. What hit the consistency from last season, it's not going to cut it this season.
Especially against an opponent like Tom Curtin. That's a very tough
right out
first-week
the
draw.
bat.
Unbelievable first-round draw there. But Mike Carignan, he knows what's up ahead of him. He's had the bracket. He knows that this is going to be a tough task, but we'll see if he can get it done. So, moving on to the off-season recap. Really quick, Nick, take it away.
So for those of you who missed it, Season 3 players, myself and Berto Santos, did not defend their position in the playoffs. We were the bottom 2 players, the 7 and 8 seed, and which meant we got relegated into the play-in tournament, and both elected to allow new blood to be played into. So we were going to have fresh faces no matter what. As we touched upon earlier, Fred Krueger, a dominant performance throughout the entire play-in, and Mike Parissi was able to stick it out and qualify his way into Season 4 through the play-in.
Jumping in here really quick, I think Fred Krueger had a 78 for the play-in, close to an 80. I think it was above an 80 for most of the play-in. 80 average, 3DA, unbelievable darts.
I know
he
did not drop a leg throughout the group stage.
It's quite frightening. That is a frightening player. If
Oh,
you're having to go against, we feel for Mike here, but
and of course, Ron Sargent, due to scheduling conflicts, had to drop from Season 4. In his place, the return of the Season 1 champion, Steve Krikorian, here to write a new story here.
It's a return to the Mac, baby.
Oh,
He's
man.
back. He is back with some points to prove. Obviously, he was there at the play-in. He was bested by Mike Parissi in that ultimate last leg decider. What a close game
One
that
finish,
was.
that's what it came down to. Both sitting on finishes. Who was going to take the out?
It was so close. Steve Krikorian, though, based on the averages, did get the call-up over Scott Moran, I believe. And so, again, there's so many storylines going into this season. It really is going to be so dynamic, how all of these players interact with each other, how they go about their games, the swagger they carry into their matches. I mean, there were so many storylines in just the offseason. What are we going to see in this season?
I mean, look at the one of the first matches we have, Steve and Rudge. They played each other Season 1. This is not a new matchup. They were both Season 1 players, and they both now are going to have this rematch. Can Rudge throw some better stuff and come out on top?
We'll get some answers here very, very soon. For everybody joining us, the WPL for the first time, first of all, where have you been? We've missed you. We're happy that you're here now, though. The players throughout these 8 weeks are trying to earn points. Players every week are going to have the opportunity to earn points on the season, but the important thing to know is that no points are awarded for losing in the first round. If you lose, you're bounced in the first round, you're out. Thank you very much for stopping by. Better luck next week. It's a brutal system, but again, rewards those players that show up every single week, ready to play. First earns 5 points on the week. Second earns 3. Third and fourth will both earn 2 points. After week 7, again, this ties into the playoffs, how we go about relegation, the playoffs. Top 6 in points make the playoffs. The bottom 2 are relegated in their positions. They're not immediately dropped, but they are at risk, and it provided a lot of drama.
And the point system means that only 7 weeks, it's crucial to get those points on the board as early as possible so that you're not falling behind and lacking down into those bottom 2 spots.
And we saw that a little bit last season where, there was a little bit of a sprint to the finish by the bottom half of the players. I mean, I don't want to go there, but I feel like I have to. You were part of that race, at the latter half of the season, trying to scramble to find those points. That's not a great place to be in.
Well, it came down to literally the last match against the Dreamboat himself. If I was able to take a win there, I would have jumped above Rudge in the standings, and I would have been the one in the playoffs. But I couldn't come up with it. Rudge was the better player all season, and that's how it works out.
So this is the bracket for tonight. This has been posted all over social media. This is the path for all of the players. Joe Ricard, Justin Burke, Steve Krikorian, Mark Rudge. They are going to be the stream matches for tonight. On the other side of the bracket, Fred Krueger, Mike Parissi, Mike Carignan, Tom Curtin. Could we see a Fred and Tom Clash of Titans in the second round? What an epic game that would be.
What a brutal week 1.
Yeah.
Going to be some tough matches and all around tough roads to the final.
And I think that's going to be the theme for this entire season with the new guys coming in, is that there are no more easy games. There never were to begin with. But I have a feeling that it's going to be more difficult for everybody involved.
Always.
So before we get going here, before we get the players, give the players the go command, we have some thank yous to do, and we're going to try and go back to the camera here. We'll see if it behaves itself. But, well, we'll see. We'll see. I saw a little bit of a flicker there. Going back to the lineup for tonight, the thank yous that we have to give. 𝗬𝗏 Taproom is the Season 4 presenting partner. A massive, massive thank you to Todd, Doreen, all the staff down there for the support that they have given us. Unbelievable support. Again, this is not possible without the support of all of our sponsors, but a very special thank you out to 𝗬𝗏 Taproom, 70 James Street in Worcester, Massive Staffing Solutions, Balboni Darts, Art Creative, Days Inn Tavern, U.S. Sports and Apparel, all supporting Season 4. And if you want to support Season 4 yourself, hey, go check out the WPL merch store. We have some awesome swag available. Scan that QR code. It will take you over to the merch store. And now we get to the meat and potatoes of everything. Look at these handsome guys getting ready.
And we're back to the board. We're back into the competition. And we're going to see if Joe is going to maintain this hot streak that he's been on, or if Justin can come out and show him what's what.
And, some quick thoughts on Joe's form. Joe was hovering around the 70, 75, somewhat dipping into the 65s on a bad night last season. Do you feel like he's going to have to do more of the same or really step it up, given that Tom and Fred are now 2 more big fish? I mean, Ron was playing some great darts, but I feel like Fred, 80 average in that WPL play, and that's a massive threat.
Yeah, it's going to depend on who he's playing, and honestly, it just comes down to get the win. It gets down to hold your nerve and just keep moving along. And we're going to get into it here.
It looks like that was the bull being tossed there by Joe Ricard. Justin Burke stepping up. What can he do? This is PDC Bull here at the WPL. It looks like Justin Burke is going to be the one carrying us away to get Season 4 underway.
Nick,
we're starting, man. Looks like Joe rocking that WPL shirt.
And Justin's going to start us off here as we get Season 4 underway.
I love that little hang loose.
Little hang
Justin
loose.
is so on character for Justin Burke. I know that Justin has been playing in the Thursday night singles league down at 𝗬𝗏 Taproom, getting some more games in, getting some practice. And I feel like getting out of the gate here, a 60 is probably the least nerve-wracking thing that you can throw.
The safest thing you're looking for. 3 straight darts. I say it all the time. The first visit is going to be the tough one.
Downey's Dart Club says that they're rolling with Joe, and they've been giving us a lot of support in the chat. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
And that's a big ton from Joe.
See how Justin responds here. Right, blocking that bed with both darts. He's going to stay up there, it looks like. And that's the risk you run sliding into that one segment.
It plays blocker. It deflects off of that flight and gets you to, just bounce into that 501, even if it was a straight thrown dart. But Joe is going to be right back into that trip 20. That's 2 of them. Is he able to find it? He's just low. Clatters low for a 140.
We were so close to getting that opening 180 and getting the counter going, but Justin needs to respond now, already well behind.
And we know Joe, he can pile on those 180s, so he's someone that we are going to start tracking that for. And Justin does find the ton, but the advantage is very heavily in Joe's favor in this leg.
We'll see how Joe keeps the pressure going. It's one of those weird dynamics where you can run so far ahead, and that triple 20 is going to do a lot to keep pushing this lead out. But the last thing that you want to do, especially early on in any game, is jump out to a quick lead and then have the guy catch up and pip a leg. Now, Joe is doing well not being on throw here to put the pressure on Justin Burke immediately. Justin has to keep this going, has to find those red bits. He's all over it right now, but Joe in prime position to open up with a break.
And yeah, the big thing is just hitting that double. Set yourself up great, but he's got the trip 20. He's got the trip 17.
way.
Does he go for the bull?
Oh!
And he goes just high to leave himself 30.
What an attempt there from Joe Ricard. A statement would have been made if he was able to find that red bit. And it looks like he might have rattled the cage here of Justin Burke just a bit, who's just not able to drop it into the treble section.
So 6 more darts for Joe to take out 30. You think this has to go. I'd be very surprised if this one does not go in the way of Joe. He does decide to split it. And first dart goes just outside. Is he able to sneak one in? No, he goes wider.
And I feel like that's more nervy than not scoring well in the opening game. Being able to lock in and find that first double cleanly does a lot to calm the nerves. Justin Burke not really putting on any semblance of pressure here, so more darts now for Joe Ricard.
If you're Justin, you're hoping to hit at least a 100 to kind of put a little bit, I guess a 99 to leave 100, but pressure's not really on Joe here. It's a
oh my goodness, that's
looks
outside.
like it's just wired. Also, he's got a wall standing in front of him right now. And just like that, gets knocked out.
You could see on the reaction there from Justin Burke, the fence was being built, the post, the stakes in the ground, and the first dart's found here from Justin Burke. The second one won't go. So an opportunity does very well to find that big 140 to leave himself 16, but now the pressure is building for Joe. That should have been his leg.
And there's the pressure right there. That's the missing the doubles in the first leg of this whole thing, and then finds it, slams the door.
That's cruel, leaving Justin just enough rope to get down to a respectable finish, and then snatching it away. Great work there from Joe Ricard to be able to hang tough, but that goes into the ledger book. Joe Ricard, opening leg break.
Just some mental warfare by Joe there. I'm sure that's not the way he wanted that leg to go either.
Oh, surely you would never do that on purpose.
Sitting
no way.
He was sitting at the 120 average at one point, looking at a 12 dart leg, and just couldn't put it away.
It looks like we're starting to see the red bit starting to be found here from Justin Burke. He was all over it in the opening leg. It might just come down to luck. They weren't bad darts, but if they're not going in, what more can you really do if they're close?
That's, you got to think about it right now. If Justin can pick his scoring up, it might put just as much pressure. But look at this. 2 trips in there, and he goes to the side for a 1-3-5.
So Joe teasing us a little bit. The fans getting rowdy. Downey's Dart Club says he just needed some pressure. Also, big shout out to 𝗏𝗏. Might be cheering on Justin to find another one of those triple 20s in there. Can't do it. Finds the big ton.
Already better scoring in this second leg from him. Able to keep that dart straight and start firing them in to put more pressure on Joe, who missed a bunch of doubles in the first leg.
And I do have to agree with what Downey's Dart Club said, that, you know, sometimes you really do need that pressure. You really can't get going unless the guy's not giving you any opportunity. Joe Ricard knows it. He's starting to find his scoring prowess. 85 average. Justin Burke already shot up to a 74. But I feel like there's a lot more in the tank here for Justin Burke.
And Justin's just got to keep these straight. That first errant dart, and he's not able to put it in there. So it looks like a 45 there. And Joe's going to have a big chance here.
Bobby Holt in the chat says, what up, peeps? What up, Bobby? So happy that you're here. First dart found there for Joe Ricard. Second one high. So it'll be 127 remaining. Elects to stay there. Nice find there. A lot of pressure on Justin Burke now. He needs at least 2 triples, maybe 3.
He needs a 2 triple visit just to put any kind of pressure on. That first dart is not encouraging, and into the 1. So Joe is going to have 6 darts here to take out 107, maybe more.
That's it's a helpless feeling when that second dart is right on the wrong side of the wire. I mean, it was a great dart, good height, but it just didn't want to go. 80.
So he's down to 68 now. He'll go trip 20 to leave 8. No, he goes for the, I believe it was for the trip 16 to leave top. No, I don't know what he was
not
doing
sure
there.
of the way there. I'm not sure if that third dart was a miss.
Off there.
Leave 60, though, which is fine. He's going to have 6 darts at it regardless. Well, sorry, let me getting ahead of myself here, folks. 3 darts at it regardless.
And 2 darts into that 7 is going to put just no pressure on. So Joe, with all the time in the world to take out this 60.
But double trouble, again, last leg. I mean, it was an opening break, but it was a struggle. 2 darts in hand at the double 20. sails it very high. Are we going to see some more trouble catching that dart basically out of midair? And he goes low, so the double trouble continues here for Joe Ricard. No chance here for Justin Burke, but if he can fire in a 2-triple visit, may have a look in the next round.
We might be looking at the same thing
There
as
it
last
is.
leg.
Oh, is that
Did
two
he
in
sneak
there?
it into a trip 5 or trip 20? He does find the trip 5, which still asks the question. 105 is definitely in range.
I feel like Joe Ricard, again, can't. That's what I was going to say. He can't afford to go inside there. Can't afford to miss this
And he
dart.
does.
Oh, that is a
Wins it.
lucky pick there from Joe Ricard. You could tell even on the bottom part of that wire, that was right on the fence. Coin toss whether that was going to go in or not. Justin Burke getting these outside looks, but he needs to take this a step forward and start taking advantage of these, well, holding his throw.
And the thing is, he started off these legs so well with the scoring to put pressure on Joe, but then it fell away, and then Joe ends up with these multiple chances to take out one visit. So he needs to just keep the scoring up and get himself in range if he wants to take Joe out.
I feel like it might be just a little bit of nerves. First round, first game of the day is always tough. Just taking that breath, being able to just settle yourself into the game. Even from here, again, it's first of 2 sets, but there's still a lot of road left. Going down to those 19s. 2 in there. Are we going to see a big 1-7-1? No, big 1-3-3. I'm getting so excited I can't even speak.
I like that move from Justin. Just settle yourself down after a couple 45s. Just move yourself to a different segment of the board. Reset your head. Even if you go back up next turn, it's just a physical, like a mental barrier you got to break through. But Joe coming back with that triple 19 does find the triple on that. And
that's a really good find regardless. I mean, it keeps a little bit of a tap on the shoulder going here for Justin, who really has to keep this pressure on. The 19s, there's a lot of players that like shooting those 19s repeatedly. They're comfortable on them. Obviously, the comfort not there right now with this visit from Justin. But that's what that tap on the shoulder does. It just says, I'm here. Keep the pressure on. If you can't, I'm going to leapfrog you and take control of this leg.
And Joe punishing that poor visit by Justin. Goes a little wide on that second one. We'll see if he slows down and keeps it straight. He does.
It's a nice 81 found there.
It's not quite enough to break this leg open, but Justin still needs a big turn to kind of solidify this leg.
I feel like that's a tough dart, that little bit of a low, because you're having to aim high, go around it. And again, I don't like that third dart there from Justin Burke. It just creates too much of a blockage on that triple segment. Go downstairs. Go to the 18s where there's more space. So tough there.
The low dart from him makes it really hard to try to squeeze another one in there because it just clatters to the side. Joe just above the triple, and he uses it as a guide. See, there's the opposite. He's just above, and you can bank it right in there as a guide.
And it's the way that the dart travels. It's the arc. When you have that first dart going low, it's so tough to get over it. Great darts being thrown here from Justin Burke, who picks up that big 95 found. So both guys, they're both in range. First time this game so far, that both guys outside chances, but they're close.
But crucial, Justin has not had a dart at double in this match so far. That's how different the scoring's been. And only a 60 from Joe there. Justin has been known to take these big finishes out of nowhere.
Big setups as well. I mean, he had, I think, a 170 setup last season to leave himself 32.
He did.
No stranger to big numbers. Not going to find it here. So that is a shaky visit from Justin Burke. Opportunities now opening up for Joe Ricard. 104. We've seen him take this out before. It's in range. Is he going to get it done?
He's got to keep that first dart straight. He can't stray, and there it is. He can't stray. Now he does not have a finish, and Justin's going to get a poke at this 130.
It's a great second dart there from Joe
All he
Ricard.
can do is try to set it up. All he can do is try to leave it as handy as possible and put as much pressure on Justin.
And Joe will. That was a little bit of an awkward. Was that on purpose, that 666?
So 76 scored there, and it leaves him 28, so I don't think that's exactly what he was going for.
No matter, though. 130 has to go here from Justin Burke. Finds the first dart. Is he going to stay on it?
He should stay.
He should stay on it.
He does.
Bullseye. Oh! What a take there from Justin Burke. The big 130. Ladies and gentlemen, we're so sorry for blowing out your eardrums so early tonight, but what a take!
Just an absolutely stellar finish, and those are the ones that we have to do if you want to beat Joe.
What a visit there. Unbelievable. Here we go again. Joe Ricard getting things going with a big 140 answer, but you have to feel that Justin Burke has a little bit more energy in life now.
And what did I say? We come out of nowhere and take these big finishes out. Those are the big ones.
Baby fish, 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 fish.
But that's got to inspire a little bit of confidence in Justin there to know I can hit these, and I just got to get myself there. Joe hasn't been giving him a lot of chances to get there with the power scoring that he's been throwing down, but just a little to the side there. He does. He corrects and finds the trip 20.
That's one of those. This is one of the things that makes Joe Ricard so sneakily dangerous too. Is his opponent can take out a 130, 170, doesn't matter. He's just going to reset after any finish that gets thrown against him. Do his job, do the business, focus on the next leg, and the scoring. Look at the game so far: 280 to 396, commanding lead.
And it just comes down to that scoring at the beginning. He can miss all the doubles he wants if his opponent's not on a finish. But that's going to stray just into the trip 5 there, but still a massive lead in this leg. Justin needs to put on some heroics to try to save this set.
There's a good start with the heroics. 2 in there. Are we going to see the 180? No! The darts just proving to be a little too clumped together there. Might have been a blocker, but that's an important visit because it starts to, again, tap Joe on the shoulder.
He's still going to need another 2 treble visit just to, like you said, tap Joe on the shoulder. And Joe can really put a lot of pressure on. Should go bull. Yeah, he tried. It was the right move because a single 20 does not leave you a finish.
Now,
so,
Justin Burke, 275. Joe Ricard not on a finish, but he's just knocking on the doorstep of a finish. So, big visit needed. I feel like 2 trebles minimum here. At least one. At least one to keep it close. Can't get it done. Massive opportunity now for Joe Ricard to leave himself something handy.
Yeah, you know he's got at least 6 darts to take out this 179. All he's got to do is lay up here. Just keep his dart straight. Don't do anything crazy. And he does find the 100 there.
What was your definition of crazy there? Like throwing at the bull or
well,
something?
If you leave yourself into a weird, like, there's no reason to go, like, you don't have to go crazy. Just set yourself into, like, 3 straight darts. If you try to over-push it and you're finding those 5s and 1s, all of a sudden you're not in finishing range. If you put up, like, a 25, you're in rough shape, you know?
And Justin Burke, unfortunately, finding rough shape there. 41, leaving himself 174. Joe Ricard working with 79. 60 left, I believe. That's a 3 at 76 left. Goes and finds it, so double 8 needed now for Joe Ricard to pip off the opening set. Goes inside by millimeters. Justin Burke, maybe losing one of his 9 lives there, but a lot of distance to cover. Do you think he's going to get it done?
Sitting on 174, all you can do is apply pressure, and we've seen him do that this game, but also that's when Joe has taken the finish out. And a 58 is not quite going to be enough pressure, you would think.
But we've seen this before. This is the worst time for double trouble to reappear. Is it going to show its ugly head, or is it Joe Ricard going to take it? Never mind, ignore everything I've said. Joe Ricard takes that opening set, 3 legs to 1. We saw it all. High scoring, a big finish there from Justin Burke. But that is the statement set there from Joe Ricard saying, this is the floor. You got to do better than this to beat me.
Doubling has been the name of the game for Joe. He needs to hit him, or he's not gonna do great this night. This match, he might be able to get away with it, but other players in this aren't gonna give him that kind of leeway.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see. Again, the darts have been going a little low for Justin Burke. Does very well to pick up that 3rd dart, but I feel like, especially if you have that dart landing down into the board, it's hard to move the dart up the board rather than down. Not sure what he needs to do to figure out his arm, but it's something mechanical going on with Justin Burke.
And it could be a tensing up of just like locking and throwing the dart. You got to stay smooth with it, and he's generally a smooth thrower.
Very smooth.
He just goes, and he's just wide on that. It's all about keeping the dart straight, but you can see the inconsistent release times, that really high dart.
Oh, that's 2 in there.
Oh, it is.
That's a big 140.
That's a great dart.
So there's the scoring, the smooth throw. Maybe just needed a little bit of a breath there, but Joe comes firing right back with a perfect first dart, perfect marker. Might be a little bit of a blocker. Joe is one of those guys that he is not afraid of his darts blocking the triple bed. He'll power right through it. We have a level game, dead set, both guys.
Yeah, Joe definitely trusts his darts to just kind of move out of the way when he's trying to throw through them. Justin, with another ton, does make him first to a finish here.
That's a huge visit for Justin. Just confidence building. I mean, he didn't get pummeled in the first set, but he was behind the 8 ball for most of the set. This is a confidence booster, down to an out first. It's a high out. Joe Ricard trying to get there himself. It looks like with one more dart there, He's going to do better, but the fact that Justin Burke's going to have the first look at it, hey, keep your darts in your hand, Joe. Don't let them fly around. Justin Burke, 161. Can he get it done?
He's got a big chance here, and it's going to be low, so Joe going to come back for this 1-2-1. And how well can he set it up? Oh, and it's a 50, so a 111 left. Advantage gone from Justin.
It's an unlucky darts there from Justin. But again,
Joe can give himself a poke at the bull here.
1-2-1 is not an easy customer. 101. So going down to the 17 segment for trip 17 for the bullseye. Are we going to see a bullseye finish? No, we are not going to see a bullseye answer from Joe Ricard. Nice look at that 1-2-1. Justin Burke 111. Can he find it?
Just great darts from him. And let's see, he should also go down there, and he's way wide. So he's just going to have to try to correct and hope Joe can't take this 2-dart finish here.
Unlucky darts from both gentlemen. But Joe Ricard needs that dart to correct. Going to go at 9, you would feel. Down to double 8. Can he find this double? First dart of asking, he answers the call, and Joe Ricard is taking a commanding lead of this game. Justin Burke needs to find an answer soon.
And again, it comes down to how many opportunities he's going to give himself. His only opportunity, he hasn't had a double in this set. That was only one leg, but he's thrown one double this whole match. But a big 140 is going to lead it off, and that's been his problem with scoring. So hopefully he can continue doing that and put some pressure on Joe, give himself some scoring chances.
And again, the past leg, this previous leg was a monster leg from both guys. Again, Joe did very well at the very, very back half of that leg to pick up his scoring and match Justin, but Justin is starting to find these darts. He's starting to find the pace.
He's got to keep them straight, got to get him in that trip 20. The scoring's got to be there. You can't take anything out if you can't get to him.
And, of course, right as we gas him up,
he finds it.
Lucky third dart. Lucky third. Oh, and that.
Not quite.
Oh, man, that's rough. Unfortunate there from Justin Burke.
And he's still got that 100-point lead, so we'll see if Joe can really put pressure on. He's still in an okay spot in this leg, and Joe with a rare fire wide. And another one. So here it is. Justin's going to have to solidify this lead here.
I hope that these messy, sloppy darts are not contagious and they won't be affecting everyone tonight. But you know what? They're bound to happen. It's part of the game. Who's going to keep their calm? Who's going to keep their cool? And who's going to be able to find this triple bed? Justin delivering on that. What a third dart there from Justin Burke.
And yeah, that one is actually in, so he will.
We've confirmed.
And let's see. And here's a little bit of wobble from Joe. As he does find a 20, but it's not in the trip. And he's high again, so just a little wavering from Joe here. This is the chance for Justin to step up.
3 visits to the board and just barely getting under 400 points. Joe Ricard not having a great time in this leg here, but the onus is really on Justin Burke, who needs to keep this pace. Really can't afford these types of misses and give Joe Ricard a little bit of belief. He's holding his darts. He's thinking to himself, okay, if I can just get a ton plus here, big ton, high ton, whatever, I can maybe get back in this leg and put some pressure back on Justin. There it is. Starts to find it. Second dart is in. Perfect. Finds the third dart in there. And that's the worry. With this level of play, you can't afford to have any bad visits.
So super important. He had to keep that one straight. That one is a killer, but actually saves the visit with the trip 20. And I don't know if he found both or if that's 80. It is 80, which still does leave a 150 finish. That first dart is scary. A single 5 does not put you in a good spot, but Joe, he's going to be on a finish after this one. How good is it going to be? Let's see if he finds it. He does find another one, so he's going to leave himself 90. Single to bull. Can Justin take this 150 out?
Let's see. Justin lining it up. Goes down to the 9. Wants to start on the 19s. Does very well to find that second dart in that treble bed. Goes upstairs to a good visit. But again, under pressure, Joe Ricard, anything under 100 points you feel like is going to be in the wheelhouse. Can he lock it in? First dart at 20. Second dart going to be at 20 again. Now for a double bull finish here for Joe Ricard. No, and he just misses it again, so 2 bids at it. No bids found. Life here for Justin Burke, 54 remaining. Finds the 14.
And he goes tops. First time of asking. Fun fact right now, Justin is 100% on doubles. He has not missed one yet.
I wish that there was a single week where I was 100% on doubles, a single game. I'll actually go for a single leg. I'll just play one if I can hit it 100% of the time.
Like I said, he's just got to get down there. And Joe wavered a little bit there, and Justin took advantage. But a big 1-2-1 from Joe to lead out. He's not happy about how that leg went.
I feel like that might have been the freebie from Joe Ricard. Because, I mean, everybody has that one leg where you just go, I don't know what's going on. What's happening?
Can't be perfect all the time. It's just not possible.
Mechanically, I don't feel like it's possible. But you always have that one, it's just a stinker. You just don't like it. You get it out of your system. Joe Ricard, again, already has the benefit of the set that he locked down.
The question is just how damaging is that loss of leg going to be for Joe? Can Justin take advantage and start catching back up, win this set, and go to a third?
𝗏60 is pretty inviting here for Justin Burke. If he can find a ton or higher, first start might have slipped into that 5 segment, needs to correct, and that's that brutal blocker again. Can't get it. The way the flights are angled, it just creates a distraction. Your arm can't follow through quite as well. Not the follow-up he would have wanted.
And just creates a physical barrier. Like, having to push through, there's a high chance that those are going through. Joe finds the first, and he does a good job to just reset. Doesn't force it, and he goes wide. Maybe that reset not helping him so much. And he goes wide on both sides, so something in his throw, right in his windup, was messing him up, and it forced him to stop.
And I do like that step back. I really do. If you feel like your throw, there's something wrong with it, Justin Burke doing very well to find those 2 triple 19s. So great second and third dart there from Justin Burke. I feel like for all players, if you have something going on in your arm, just don't throw it. Just reset. Unless you're so reliant on that rhythm, you're more likely to find success if you just reset. Joe Ricard finding 2 in there. Are we going to see the big 180? No, it eludes us again. Nick, when are we going to see it?
He's wiring all of them. How many of these, between the 2 of them, have we found the first 2 go in and it just clatters? And here we go again. And he goes low with the second one. Needs another to leave a finish. Isn't going to do so. So Joe going to have his grand old time just trying to take this 104 out.
And I think this is the second or third time that he's been at 104. I want to say the second time. Not able to find that opening 54. Does find it.
32 left here.
What a setup here for Joe Ricard.
And he finds it.
Wow. Great take there from Joe Ricard. 104 found, averaging 82.24 with that take. Justin Burke, is the writing on the wall, or can he start mounting the comeback when he needs it most? It's going to be very difficult from here.
And yeah, that is a brutal, brutal take. When you're already backs against the wall, you've already lost the first set, and then he comes out and takes a big check like that, you know the confidence is through the roof from Joe.
Yeah, and he's playing very calm. I don't see anything that's out of character, out of the ordinary for Joe right now. He is just throwing smooth darts, confidence in his doubles game. It was just that weird quirk at the beginning of the match, but he seems like he's figured it out.
He had that one hiccup leg that he lost, and it still, even with that, averaging an 81 right now. Just phenomenal stuff from Joe.
It's solid. It's solid stuff. It's enough to get the job done. Burke not able to find anything too significant there to really push the lead out, unfortunately. But Joe, pressure on. He needs to keep tapping Justin on the shoulder. Does very well to find that ton.
Yeah, if you're Joe, you want to end it right now. You don't want this to go to a deciding leg and then a deciding set. Like, that's just not where you want this. No pressure. This is the one where all the pressure's off. Just win the leg. But Justin now asking all the questions, finding the trips, and you see how important was that leg that Joe lost.
Justin Burke is starting to put in the work and get the pressure building in the cool mind of Joe Ricard, who is looking to try and thread the needle here, can't get it done. I feel like one more big visit from Justin Burke might be enough to rattle Joe, push this game to a final leg decider. Just one more would be enough. If he can find another triple, looks like he can't. Might be 66 found, maybe 81. It is 66.
So 180 is not a terrible spot to be left on right now. It's not a finish, but Joe has got to do a lot to get to a finish here.
There's that reset again. Something's not working.
Maybe standing up wrong. Maybe he sees something out of the corner of his eye. Could be. Needs another trip just to get to a finish. And he goes downstairs, so he does not find the finish. So Justin's going to have six darts to take out this 180. He's got to start off
I
strong.
mean, he could take it out in 3.
Would not be advised.
That is the wrong way to go. Not able to drop down the score considerably here, only able to find 45, unfortunately. Joe Ricard, 182.
But crucially, only one triple needed for 135. If he starts bull, he can still only get that with one trip, which is kind of important. And Joe, not able to find anything, is barely going to be on a finish.
I feel like this is nerves. Nerves are starting to come into the match now. Justin knows what's at stake. Joe wants to get it done here. First dart, 25 found. Can't find the 60 to leave the bullseye. Finds triple one. So a little bit of moving around the board required here for Justin Burke, and just misses that trip 19. So unlucky, just wiring things.
Right idea, just missing by a hair on all of these. So Joe, can he take out the 154 for the match? And he goes just high, so Burke going to be coming back for this 83. How well he set it up? Well, that's 80 right there. 74 left. Might look at that trip 18. No, he goes for the trip 14.
So he leave himself, I think, 22. That might have been, no, 32.
Yeah, he was
that was the correct
74
math.
for
That was
32.
the correct math. We have two casters here. We have
Neither of
one
us can do
brain
math
that,
with
yeah,
that
we
one.
can't do math. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a wild season.
There's the 51.
Beautiful first dart. 32 remaining now for Justin Burke. 2 darts at it. You feel like he's going to take it. Needs to elevate this third dart. Oh, and he goes wide. So an unlucky break there for Justin Burke. And the luck to come back to the line and have another look at this. Joe Ricard.
Too good. He's too good. Leaves himself 15. And there's 8 left here. Can he find the double 4? And he's inside. So Justin Burke coming back for 32 to force a deciding leg in this set.
I think he's got it. And this is not some premonition saying that, you know, we're in the future. We know what's going on. I think he's going to find this double 8. He does lock it down. Caster luck more than anything. Week 1 luck that's sure to run out eventually as we wake our way through this season. But we are going all the way in this set. Justin Burke playing very well. It all comes down to this. Joe has the throw.
And yeah, Joe's going to look to come in strong. He's not going to be happy dropping 2 legs now that he feels like he probably should have won.
83 found there from Joe Ricard. So it's a decent start. Hopping off the line with some pep in his step. Justin Burke needs to find at least one triple here to stay in the race, and he does very well to correct down and find that trip 20. That's really hard to do when you're having to walk it in from that far up north.
A lot of people will move because they just don't feel it, but he just walks it right in, inch by inch, and he gets it there. Joe does the same thing, where he misses by just a little bit, and he's able to just kind of like step him down into that triple.
And that's very hard to do. I mean, making those fine adjustments is not easy any way you go about it. I mean, our arms are not built for these fine adjustments. Justin Burke not able to make that fine adjustment and split the middle there, but it just goes to show that these guys have the confidence that these guys can actually go for these shots. That's the level that these guys are playing at mentally.
Well, you have to, and I've told people this all the time. As a player, you have to be confident in what you're throwing at. If you're not believing that you can hit the shot, you're not going to hit it. So you got to take all these chances that you can get, even if they're smaller percentage shots.
And Justin Burke, 380. That is a great guide if he can just find a dart to ramp off that. Does find it, so a great marker, takes advantage of it. 100 punched in, 280 left for Justin Burke, 258 Joe Ricard with the slight edge, but those types of darts are going to be punishing, needs to keep him steady, having to go down, you feel, will be going down, and no triples, just wiring everything, so opportunity for a big visit from Justin.
Doors open for Burke. Big 2-treble visit puts him in a really good spot. Got to find one here. Doesn't quite. Can he find a third? Oh, he trips just to the side, doesn't quite keep it straight, and you got to be asking the same thing we've been asking. Is it him kicking off of those 2 low darts?
I just don't like the way that he's been throwing when he has those darts in the way. I just want him to move to another segment. Joe Ricard has one in there. I believe it's 83 found there from Joe Ricard. So Justin Burke, if he can just find a treble or 2 to put some pressure on Joe Ricard, might have some life, but do you feel like the door is starting to close here for Justin? Does very well to find that third dart. So clutch.
Just finds it with the last dart.
So
Puts
great
himself on a
find.
finish, and probably one of the better of the big finishes. And Joe is not going to take it out here, so Justin is going to have a poke at the 152, but where's Joe going to be sitting? Joe is going to be sitting in great position after this visit. And that's going to be not the number he was looking for. He was looking for the 11.
I feel like that was a sloppy dart from Joe Ricard. That was a throwaway. Justin Burke, 152. That first start, yes, you can see the frustration on his face, says it all. Did not like the throw, did not like the line, taking some mental breaks here to just get his arm recalibrated. Needs to find one triple, can't get it done. So Joe Ricard, 43. We've seen him take out more. I feel like might be the end here for Justin Burke.
I mean, he just missed the fat 11, though. He's got to hit there it is. So and he's going to look for 32 to take this one out.
Oh, my
Looks
God.
like it's just outside, but it's a perfect marker.
Oh!
And it doesn't go.
I can't believe that he missed that.
Wow.
108 now for Justin Burke. Joe Ricard puts 2 on the wire. First start found. 48 remaining. 32 to extend the game. No! We can't find it. Justin Burke within a millimeter of extending the game. Nerves abound. 32 for Joe Ricard.
Almost a heroic effort. But Joe is going to walk away the victor in this one. Almost a heroic comeback from Justin there. Almost a huge checkout to steal the set, really.
Yeah, that was
crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Coming back to the camera here, we hope that it's starting to go.
We'll work on it between the break. Don't worry.
We'll figure it out. We'll have our interns go in there and figure out the wiring that we have here in the new and improved WPL studio. But what a game there from both guys. I feel like, again, Joe Ricard had a little bit of the jump there. Justin Burke played very well. That big take, found that scoring. But, again, not getting that going in the opening set, I feel like really put him behind.
He just was – the first set he wasn't consistently able to keep up in scoring. And that was kind of the story of the whole match is Joe missed some doubles, but Justin wasn't right behind him to capitalize.
Yeah. And it's so hard, especially at this level of play, 80 average, 75 required at the minimum. If you are playing behind, you are more likely to lose these games. Great effort put in from Justin Burke. Would love to see how his game develops over the coming weeks here. But Joe Ricard takes that 2-0. So, folks, again, we've been seeing everybody's reactions in the chat. We love the support that you guys keep it coming. We're trying to keep up. We hope that you guys don't go anywhere. Up next, I believe Steve Krikorian, Mark Rudge. Be back in a few, guys.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the place to play indoor golf in Worcester. Featuring 5 bays with brand new 𝗬𝗲𝗨𝗧𝗪 laser simulators and over 16,000 courses to choose from, including local courses, you're guaranteed to tee off comfortably on your favorite course any time of the year. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom also hosts indoor golf leagues year-round so you can grow as a player and have fun rain or shine. Great food, great drinks, and reasonable rates. Navigate to 𝗬𝗲taproom.com to book a bay today. Say hi to Todd, Doreen, and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you.
Great teams don't happen by chance. They're built on trust, teamwork, and people who show up when it matters. At Massive Staffing Solutions, we connect people with opportunity
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the place to play indoor golf in Worcester. Featuring 5 bays with brand new 𝗬𝗏𝗄𝗃 laser simulators and over 16,000 courses to choose from, including local courses, you're guaranteed to tee off comfortably on your favorite course any time of the year. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom also hosts indoor golf leagues year-round so you can grow as a player and have fun rain or shine. Great food, great drinks, and reasonable rates. Navigate to 𝗬𝗏taproom.com to book a bay today. Say hi to Todd, Doreen, and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you.
Great teams don't happen by chance. They're built on trust, teamwork, and people who show up when it matters. At 𝗦𝗫liche Staffing Solutions, we connect people with opportunity and businesses with reliable talent. And we're proud to support the local communities and organizations that bring people together. 𝗦𝗫liche Staffing Solutions, people first, community always.
Days End Tavern is Oxford's hometown sports bar, always serving up great times, great drinks, and great vibes. Always open for the biggest games. Come for the people, stay for the dart leagues, pool leagues, trivia nights, live music, and so much more going on every week. Come as friends, leave as family. How every hometown bar should be. Head on down to Days End Tavern in Oxford today.
𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards, accessories and apparel, to luck of the draws and events, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Darts does it all to support the community they truly understand and love. Trusted by everyone, from players just starting out to state league champions, if you need to stock up on supplies or are just looking for a good time, look no further than 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Darts. Be sure to follow them on Facebook to stay up to date and tell them the WPL sent you.
Since 2014, US Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. Their catalog runs deep, including custom team uniforms, embroidered corporate wear, spirit wear, and promotional items. If you want it branded, they have the tools and the people to get the job done right. So if you're looking for unmatched quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time on your project, head down to Marlboro or give US Sports and Apparel a call. Again, if you're looking for gear that works as hard as you do, trust in US Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
No job is too big or too small for Worcester's best signage and display crew. Art Creative are experts in signage, banners, large format printing, vinyl lettering, and more. With work featured all over New England, they will understand your needs better than any competitor, guaranteed. If you're looking for a local business that truly cares about quality, Art Creative is here for you. Check out their Facebook page or visit them online at ardor-creative.com.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗏 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗏 Taproom is the hub of darts in Central Massachusetts. With close to 30 dartboards to play on and the biggest Friday luck of the draw around, you're guaranteed to see some friends or make some new ones every time you stop in. Additionally, 𝗬𝗏 Taproom hosts many Worcester Dart League and Minuteman Dart League teams in all divisions, making it fun and inviting for a wide range of players and skill levels. If you're looking to develop your game, why not try and play in one of the many weekly leagues from cricket to long format 501? You're going to grow as a player and have fun doing it. So if you're serious about darts, stop by 𝗬𝗏 Taproom as soon as you can. Say hi to Todd and Doreen and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you. 𝗬𝗏 Taproom, 70 James Street in Worcester. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry for the, you know what? It's week 1 technical difficulties, unfortunately. There's only so much you can do to prepare for the unexpected. Yeah. And, well, the gerbils in our computers had to take a break. we try to give them the best of the line food, top tier water. Sometimes they just go out and they just want to take a break, roam around a little bit.
They do what they want.
They do what they want. But you know what? These little technical difficulties and hiccups are not going to stop us from putting on a great show. And speaking about great stuff, well, we saw a great match there from Joe Ricard taking out, let me go to the bracket, Justin Burke. And now we're moving on to Steve Krikorian and Mark Rudge, the Season 1 champion against the Season 3 runner-up. Thoughts on this game, Nick?
I think this game could honestly go either way. I think Steve, when he's on his game, throws some incredible stuff. But can he hold his nerve and keep pushing through and close out the match? The problem we saw in the play-in was he just couldn't close it out.
Yeah, and getting some word from the other side of the bracket here, Fred Krueger has taken out Mike Parissi 2-0. So Justin Burke and Mike Parissi fall at the first gate here in week 1. We shall see how Mike Carignan and Tom Curtin get on in just a few minutes here. But going to the board cam, there is the Season 1 champ. He's back in the studio.
Back in action. It's good to see him back. I was excited when we wanted to come back and play in the play-in.
So giving the guys the go-ahead to get things underway. You know, this is one of these insider tidbits of knowledge that, you know, only we would know. Only guys that would know Mark Rudge personally would know. The man very rarely ever changes his equipment. He's throwing some Josh Rock professional player darts tonight.
And he switched because he broke the points off of one of his darts, and it could not get it out. And he can't replace those darts because of how they were. They're an old Gary Anderson dart, I believe they were, or something along those lines. They were a straight barrel, but he broke off the point right at the edge where he could not get it off. So he used actually it was Joe's set of Josh Rock darts. He borrowed those.
So Steve won the bull. Steve will be leading the way in our second quarterfinal match. Excuse me, I can't even speak apparently. Finds that first dart into the treble segment. Third dart goes haywire. Is Steve throwing those Condor 120s?
He's throwing the tri-fins, yeah. As a Condor player, he likes to use their equipment, and he seems like he's just growing used to throwing the little tri-fins there. I don't know if he's trying them out. I don't remember seeing him throw those recently. So
no, I know for a fact that he was throwing slims for the longest time. He likes the dart zipping to the board with some gusto, but the tri-fins, certainly not for me. I've tried them. I don't like the way that they fly, but they seem to be flying pretty okay here. Thumbs up there
yeah,
for me.
except for that, yeah.
Nothing against Condor. Everybody has a good breakfast once in a while. Opportunity for Mark Rudge to get some serious points back on the board, and kind of all over the board here for Mark Rudge.
That is not the start you want of your Rudge. He is all over the place on this one. And we're going to see if he can kind of like push one out here.
Steve Krikorian trying to work his way into that 20 segment. Not able to lock in his arm, so a little bit of a hiccup there from both guys getting this thing going. And so Mark Rudge trying to center his arm, trying to keep this going, but it's tough. It really is tough when you try, and you have to try and make these small adjustments, especially early on when you're trying to figure out the pace of the game, the pace of your opponent. It's tough.
And all over the place, both of them right now. Nerves are in, but he does at least, I can't tell if that's in or out.
Judging from the reaction there, it certainly didn't look like it was in at all. Apologies, everybody. The scoreboard is lagging behind as well. So it looks like everything happening on this just calamitous Monday, Week 1, Season 4. We were kind of blessed with a hassle-free season last season. Season 3 was perfect up until about the playoffs there. But, hey, technical hiccups happen. Steve is trying to get rid of these mechanical hiccups in his arm. Keep these darts straight. Not able to find it. Only able to find 40.
And that's not going to be a problem, not just against Rudge, against anybody in this league right now. He's got to wake up, find his spot. It is the first leg.
It's first leg, first season for both of these guys. We're not seeing the best stuff being thrown, and it's just one of those awkward situations where, like Steve's doing right now, all you can do is just kind of laugh,
shake it off,
and just try and reset, keep this going.
And we're going to see if we can get if the scoreboard is catching up, because it's currently... All right, yeah, so it looks like it is catching up, a 25 for Steve there. And Rudge.
Mark Rudge doing very well. I mean, he's just not able to keep it going. You can see by the smile there, not a fan of those darts. Steve Krikorian, again, he's had an okay, attitude and approach into this game, but sometimes the arm just doesn't want to cooperate.
We'll see Steve moving around, going to try to make it a little more competitive, but just still not finding it. They'll come out of this slump eventually.
And it seems like the scoreboard has caught up now. Mark Rudge working with 310. So thank you, everybody, for hanging in there with all of these weird computer technical mumbo-jumbo problems. 85 found there from Mark Rudge.
He finds a trip He finds a trip.
I mean, massive celebrations this deep into the leg, finding a trip. Scoreboard will update eventually. Rudge sitting at 2-2-5.
And Steve goes wide with that second one, just not keeping him straight. Very uncharacteristic of him. But yes, the 190.
It's an awkward position to be in at 2-2-5 because, I mean, yeah, okay, you can stay there, you can hit a 25, but, oh, yeah, you can just tell by the reaction of Mark Rudge. This is not great. Both guys shaking their heads. Come on, guys, give the people what they want. We want to see some great darts being thrown. This is a struggle bus and a half right now, Nick.
So 190 to 195. Steve just looking to get to a finish and just chugging along here. And he does find a bull at least.
What's that, 60 the hard way?
Yeah, right?
The hardest way possible to find that 60, gets it done. Steve leaves himself 130. Mark Rudge all the way back on 195, but able to find that 195. So all of a sudden coming alive here at the very end of this leg. We're still in the opening leg.
And so a 130 chance if he can keep his dart straight here. First dart does find it. Another one for double 5. Now when he goes wide.
Oh, no.
Doesn't keep it straight. And you can see the frustration just resetting now.
That is, you have to do well to not let that destroy your game mentally. You've got to be strong. You've got to focus. Mark Rudge sitting back at 100. The way that this leg is gone, there's maybe still a long way to go here for both guys.
At the very least, he left himself on 40, and Rudge not really putting the pressure on. He's going to have to do better than this if he wants to take out Steve, but
double 20,
both
just a little bit of a nod there. Steve acknowledging the task, the monumental double ahead of him. He's needing to pip, and of course, a struggle bus leg like that where it takes forever to get down. Oh, first look at it, gone, easy.
And maybe that's like the little silver lining for Steve is at least I hit the double first bid.
Mark Rudge continuing to be all over the board here. Darts slipping in and out away from that 20 pi. And now Krikorian looking to just kind of reestablish himself. Whatever happened, it was weird. It was funky. It may still be a little funky. But we're going to try and throw some better darts, some straight darts. Goes downstairs. Great find.
There's that move. Just going to a different spot on the board. Just trying to help himself out. Make it easier for himself.
And Rudge just struggling to find his footing, his positioning on the 𝗨𝗧𝗃 here, not able to really lock in that line. You can tell just the first dart just doesn't look comfortable right now. Not at all.
For either of them. Like, neither of them seem like they can even, like, just smoothly throw the dart where they want it to go. That dart has looked better from Steve, and that even though, look at both of those, are more alike what he would normally throw, and he's got to feel better about a 60 than any of the other throws that he's been finding.
And for those who haven't seen Steve Krikorian play in person before, for those watching from all over the United States, Steve is a big fan of throwing soft-tip darts. His darts are exceptionally thin. He already has those tri-fin flights that give him so much space. So whenever he does find a triple, there is a lot of real estate left over in that board for him to continue to fill it up. Not able to make the adjustments.
Yeah, he throws 18-gram darts, I believe. So just on the low end of steel tip and high end of soft tip darts. Rudge just unable to string anything together right now. Can Steve punish?
I guess just to kind of get off of Rudge's back here for a second. We've both been in these situations. What would you recommend to somebody who's struggling in the middle of a leg like Rudge is right now?
You got to move somewhere else. You gotta take a step back and just say, all right, I'm gonna try to just relax, throw it a different number. Oh,
sorry about that. Things getting a little rowdy here at Club WPL.
You can see Steve startled in the background. But yeah, you've got to move around. You've got to as you can see, they're talking about it. I think the music was having some issues and changing volumes on them in the middle of turns. But just something to mentally reset yourself. Do something different. Something's got to change. You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting something to work out for you.
I agree. I really do think that Rudge needs to move off of these 20s. They're not working out for him right now. Steve is starting to pick up the pace, down at 214. The average, I mean, it was down to the 30s when we started this game for both guys. It's been steadily creeping back up for Krikorian. Moving things over here. Looks like he's going to stay on and try and drive it home. Never mind, the dart goes and finds that trip 19, but that's what we've been talking about. If you don't like the line, move away, find an open bed, get some points.
And Rudge has played enough of this game that he knows and you can see right now throwing at the 19s. He's got to do something. He knows he can't continue throwing the darts he's doing and get away with it. So
Yeah, I agree
can
with
Steve
that.
take advantage and go 2 up in this set, break the throw of Rudge?
273 remaining for Mark Rudge. This is a tough position to be in. Krikorian, he has some amazing moments where these high ton finishes just go so easily. And of course, the caster curse here. Of course, I strike him with a caster curse right as I hype him up, finding that big 22 to leave himself a nice even ton.
Leaves the 2-dart finish.
But he's got time, and he knows that he has time to work with. Rudge just all over the triple 20 segment right now. I have a feeling that Steve, if he was worried into this game, seeing these first 2 opening legs from Mark Rudge, he might be settling into the game here now, knowing what his opponent's bringing to the table.
Yeah, I mean, is it nerves from Rudge coming in? He's played this so, long. He's been here since Season 1. You think he'd be over the nerves, but I guess Week 1, you're playing against the former champion that you used to play against. Maybe it's getting to him, and he's just trying to overperform. He's trying to overthrow the dart. And it happens to everybody where you're just trying to force it too much and you can't get any consistency on where you want it to go.
Yeah, and overthrowing the dart is definitely something that happens to all of us, whether it be league night, singles night, just practicing on the dartboard. At the moment you start getting aggravated, the moment that you start getting frustrated, that might be a frustrating dart there from Steve Krikorian. It was taking a reset, going down, finding that, not able to find the correction either that he wanted. He does. 32 left there from Steve. It's a great dart. Again, can't do math. Mark Rudge just trying to find these darts here. But when you start letting the frustration come over you, pushing harder, you're losing that rhythm, you're losing that push. It just doesn't become the darts that you're so used to throwing anymore.
Got to smooth it out. You can't let it be too jittery and,
Is that
looks
not
like he
in?
Oh,
yeah, that snuck in.
Yep,
Look at that.
He snuck it right in the corner. Great dart. After all the questionable things going on, it's like his finishing's been right there. So he'll go into this 3rd leg with the throw for the set.
And a little bit of a conversation from both guys. Again, awkward game for sure. I don't think Steve Krikorian's happy with the performance that he's put in so far either. There's a lot to give from both guys. But, this is one of the things that's so unique about the Worcester Premier League compared to all the other leagues here in New England. We're on the camera. You're on YouTube. There's people watching right now. We can see them in the chat. Vicky G says, let's go. Shake it off, guys. I happen to agree with Vicky. Guys, let's shake it off. We're live, baby. This is TV.
We want to see some of the best stuff. And it's just the nerves. Inability to settle down right now. And he just can't quite find it. So we'll see who can just keep it going.
Brizzle in the chat saying, these are my darts every day. Brizzle, you've hit some big numbers against me, my guy, so please do not put yourself down. Brizzle, actually, really quick side note here. Brizzle got some new darts. Those darts look really nice, my man. I have to admit. Those are crazy, crazy custom darts. But getting back to the game here, Steve Krikorian, 416, trying to drop these darts in. Again, the clattering, even with the tri-fin 120s, he's still managing to find deflections.
So light darts are notorious for this. I threw light darts, and if you don't have a point that sits in the board well, it'll clatter and fall to the ground easy. His don't fall to the ground because they're heavy enough, but they're light enough that they just kick, and so you see him not grouping exactly where he puts them, but just kicking high and low. So they're not bad darts. They're well-thrown darts. They just bounce.
Rudge doing very well to find that 81 on the previous visit. Steve just really struggling to keep these darts straight, unfortunately. Finds the 85. So the cheering from Vicky is starting to get these guys, maybe get it into their heads that, guys, this is the Premier League. We need to be throwing some big-time darts here. That might have been drilled in there from Rudge. Does find the big ton, so great darts being thrown there from Mark Rudge. Krikorian needs to answer the call, just slightly in front on 271. And I think that might be slipping into the 7 segment. It might be slipping into the 5 segment as well. Wow.
And just this, it's what we're seeing out of this game. It's a scrappy game that you're going to have to overcome.
It's awkward. It's
Yeah.
awkward.
But it's going to come down to who makes the most of this situation. Both of them know they're not playing their A game. We know that. We've seen them play some phenomenal games. So it's going to be who can walk past this and say, I can still do this. I can still overcome even a bad game.
I forget the exact words that Tom Curtin said, but I overheard him talking to another player And it was the games that, you're in the dogfight. Who can win the dogfight? Anybody can have a 100-plus average leg, and where you just throw up your hands and go, I can't do anything. But when you start to get into the meat and potatoes, these games where it comes down to chances, comes down to low scoring, who's going to be able to just take that extra step and go, this sucks, but I'm going to power through and get it done?
And yeah, that's what it is. You got to win your bad games. Anyone can win a game when they're throwing amazing darts, but it's when you're not feeling yourself. But we've got the tee-up Taproom 170, but it's going to be just low from Steve right now. Just going to look to set up, and he throws the 60, 110 to leave. Can Rudge put some pressure on?
We really should get a golf ball with a 170 on it with the tee-up logo that we can give to people that hit the tee-up Taproom 170.
Golden golf ball.
We also have the Massive Staffing 167 checkout as well. So we'll be keeping a tally of people who hit those throughout the season. Did we have a 170 last season?
We did. We had Joe take it out in the playoffs.
Unbelievable. I can't believe it's already been that long since the Season 3 playoffs. Great darts being found here from Steve Krikorian, and he's not able to find that double 18 out of nowhere. We were going on to autopilot mode. Steve wakes us back into a ready state of alert here, and now Mark Rudge, feeling the pressure, finds the 59, but do you feel like this first set is done and dusted by Steve?
Honestly, Steve loves double 18, double 9. It's called the tricky switch, but he's notorious for being able to just go bang, bang, miss inside, and then hit it.
Oh,
but it goes just high.
No.
A well-thrown dart, but not well enough, so Rudge is going to get a poke at this 140.
It would be the most Rudge thing ever to hit this 140.
Throw all 60 and under the whole game, and then find the 140, that would be it.
Unfortunately, it won't go. Still struggling to put these darts in the same bed.
Just a really uncharacteristic game from Rudge so far. Hopefully he can shake it off and move on.
But, again, Steve Krikorian, this is the second time at this 18. Tricky double 9 here. Is he going to be able to lock this in, take a breath, and find it? Don't go inside, and he finds it dead center. So a great dart there found from Steve Krikorian. Finds it, takes the set. In this rather just tumultuous, awkward, uncomfortable game from both gentlemen here. It's not how you get it done, it's just about getting it done.
And the one good thing on Steve Krikorian is that his finishing is there. His finishing is sitting at 50% right now on the doubles. It's just the scoring phase for both of them is just not there.
Not great. But there's still a long way to go here. There's still plenty of opportunity for both guys to really pick up the pace. We saw the same thing in the previous game where Justin Burke really elevated his scoring in the second half against Joe Ricard. Wasn't enough to get it done, unfortunately, but a lot of leeway, a lot of runway, a lot of opportunity here to throw some great darts from both guys. And I think he finds that trip 20.
I don't know if it kicked. It was either the trip 20 or kick. No, it kicked into the 1, so it was a triple 1. But Rudge not doing anything to punish there with only a 13. Again, apologies for the scoreboard as it is slowly catching up. We're doing our best to keep it on here. I think it seems like it's an Amazon Web Services problem, like we had that one stream in the past.
I think it was the playoffs. So we had the same issue where we had a perfect season, and the AWS servers, unfortunately, that Dark Connect runs on. Little behind, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So it's not an issue that we can actually control here, folks. We apologize regardless, but Mark Rudge looking to try and take that first dart. You can just tell from the eyes. The eyes, Chico, the eyes never lie. You can tell that he is not really believing in the darts that he's throwing right now.
Both of these guys are going to be frustrated with how this game's going. I know Steve 3-0'd the first set, but he's still not going to be happy with how that game went.
No, absolutely not, especially when you have the potential of Mike Carignan or Tom Curtin, Joe Ricard to face off against, who threw a 75, I believe, in that game. So 20 points higher in average. That's a scary opponent to have to face next.
And Rudge continues to not be able to find that straight dart. And we'll see how much of a capitalization can Steve have here. And they're looking straighter from him. As I say that. As I say that.
Nick, I really do think that this is one of those games where us as casters, if we see anything, we're going to be wrong.
Yeah.
If we say that it's going to be a bad throw, they're going to hit a 180. If we say it's going to be a good throw, it's going to continue to struggle. But you know what? This is the human side of darts. This is what makes this game so difficult at the highest levels. We know that these guys are a hell of a lot better than this, but we all have these moments, these human moments, where we realize it's not me. I can throw them. they're choosing where they want to go, and it's not finding their way home. But, of course, as soon as I say this, one found there from Steve Krikorian, and he just can't believe that they're not being buddies going in the same home.
Just not stringing them together, and that's kind of the problem. You're finding one or two, maybe one good 𝗏𝗏 like this. You're finding one good 𝗏𝗏. It's not going to be enough.
It's enough for my games, I'll give you that. Bet your bottom dollar on that if I can find one treble every time I go to the board, I'm a happy guy. That's for sure.
So we are definitely behind on this scoreboard right now. He's sitting around the 270s. And that's gonna be a 60 from him. Yeah, there we go. 267 scores the 60. They'll probably leave him 207. Rudge sitting at 253 here. So definitely not out of any of these legs. Just has to take advantage of any misses from Steve, but he just can't quite do it.
And I feel like this is one of these legs here where Steve has been playing okay. He needs to get down to an out. He can't afford to continue to faff about here in the higher 190, 200 range. Needs to find these triples. Needs to put himself in prime position to take this out. Because if Mark Rudge can catch wind and really catch fire here and set himself up good to put some pressure back on Steve, this is Rudge's throw.
Well, yeah, this is just, it's not over by any means. Like, Rudge might have lost the first set, but, like, Steve is not a world beater right now. He's not throwing in the darts that we know he can throw. So Rudge has this chance to kind of sneak his way in.
Brizzle in the chat saying, I'm a happy guy when I can find 3 darts in the big 20 or 19. Finding a treble is a bonus. Brizzle, you could be joining these guys right here in the WPL studio right now. The trebles have been tough to come by. They've been a rarity. Steve all over the board with the big 5, the big 7, able to find and lock down that big 20. But again, both guys spraying and praying all over the board right now, just making this look tough. It's almost like darts is a hard game.
Yeah, you know, just throwing pointy things at a board, you know.
And hoping that you hit your target, right?
Well, it's not even that. It's hoping that you hit your target over and over and over again. That's the hard part, honestly.
So I don't believe that this score is correct here from Steve Krikorian. We're waiting on the AWS servers to catch up.
I'm going to be talking to the Dart Connect people momentarily to see if I can get this kind of figured out.
And there's the scoreboard update. So Steve Krikorian was working with 164. Mark Rudge, believe, sitting at 206. Makes it hard to predict the game and what he would be aiming at if the scores are behind. Goes down to the 19s, going back upstairs. Does find that big 20. A little bit of a comfortable switch there for Mark Rudge. And now Steve Krikorian looking to try and just continue marching down the line. Finds a triple 20. Tried to, looks like he had, what, 84 left? So now double 6 needed for Steve Krikorian. Finds it!
A big check.
Massive take out there from Steve Krikorian. Awesome darts. And again, the doubles from Steve, even though the scoring has not been great, the doubles have been there and have really been the X factor in this game for the Season 1 champion.
Doubles are what wins games here. Sitting, again, still at, I believe, if the scoreboard's not messing with us, still sitting at about 50% doubles. 4 in, 4 out.
I can confirm you the scoreboard's still messing with us.
Yeah.
We are already on the next leg, ladies and gentlemen. It is, wow, spazzing out big time.
Trying to catch up, it looks like.
Nick is, well, he just sent the address of the Dart Connect people. He just texted the address of well, their home address. Said, hey, we're having problems. We'll be there in 5 minutes if we can't figure this out.
Sent the guy with the baseball bat, you know.
The gerbils at the Dart Connect server room will be working overtime for us. And looks like Steve Krikorian, 2 darts in there with those thin darts. Is he going to fill it up? No. When are we going to see a 180, man?
They're just going to tease us all night, and they're going to tease all the viewers. Well,
let's not get crazy.
As close as possible.
There it is, Mark Rudge. You can see the relief when he finds that triple 20. There you go. See, you see the camaraderie from these guys. They know it's been a struggle of a game, but they're finding it.
They both know how each other play. They know how each other play. They've played against each other many, many times. They know just what to expect. So when they're not playing their A game, they laugh about it. They're like, well, what can you do? It's high pressure, but at the same time, when you're both struggling, it's what happens sometimes.
Mark Rudge, I believe this is the correct score, working with 373, finds a big triple. And again, the dart is just not staying in line for Rudge, able to pick up some decent points there. That's a nice collect. But now Steve Krikorian, I believe, might be working with 206. Lining up here, trying to set himself up again. Finds a big first dart, looking to stay in there. Drops it low, so 126 remaining, I believe. And again, third dart, Mo is just not cooperating. So now Krikorian coming back up, working with an out. We're going to be missing Nick's commentary as he gives a, he gets the head of Dart Connect on the line here, trying to get our scoreboards working properly. And yeah, missed it by that much, Steve. A little bit of a rough first dart there. Not a great first dart at all. Trying to go ahead and correct this. Finds the 8, so well, this is just tough, man. 125, only able to find 11. And finds a single 18, so not a great visit there from Steve Krikorian. Mark Rudge all the way back on 228. Well back. Not happy with the way that this game has been going so far. 20 found here. Looks like another 5 found there from Mark Rudge. So again, this is mentally tough, guys. When you're in this position, the darts have not been cooperating. The darts continue to not cooperate. Looks like Steve Krikorian is going to be marching along down with this 125 pretty soon. It's just keeping your head in the game. 96 here for Steve. 76 remaining now. 40 scored to leave himself 56. Does very well to leave himself the setup, the single dart double. Next chance that he gets to the line. Mark Rudge all the way back at 185. So a lot of work to do to put some pressure on Steve. And again, just left, right. He's just laughing. He just can't believe it. We can't believe it either, Rudge. Finds that triple 19 at the very end, just as a little bit of a, well, thanks for coming by, stopping by, have a little cookie on the way out, but not able to put any serious damage in. Steve Krikorian working with double 20, needs to walk it down. Not a lot of space to work with, but he does get past that second dart, finds the double 20. And a fist bump there for what it's worth for Mark Rudge, who is all smiles, but inside he's got to be fuming. These darts have not been cooperating. Going wide again on that first dart. Second dart, wide again. And so 28 found there from Mark Rudge, not getting off to a great start. Steve Krikorian, again, the scoreboard is all over the place right now. So both guys are starting a new game. Steve at 501. 5 found here from Steve Krikorian, not enjoying the dart. Wants to elevate it, though. The tricky part with soft tip darts is they're so light. You don't get a sense for the weight. So when you do have these oddball misses, for steel tip players at the very least, it's very difficult to make these corrections. Now, Steve has been playing with these soft tip darts for a very long time. Custom-made darts. I know he's been throwing slims for equally just as long. But for the majority of players, you just don't get a semblance of the weight, so it's very difficult to make these corrections. These darts love to push. Great correction there found from Steve Krikorian. Not able to keep the same momentum, but the ton will do. And so Mark Rudge just looking to try and, for his own sake, keep the scoring going here. Finds a big 1-2-5. Little bit of an eyebrow raise there. Knows that he's plugging along. Still got some life left in him. I believe the scoreboard is correct now. 361 might actually just be a round behind, not sure. See what the scoreboard does. Steve Krikorian looking to try and split the middle there. Can't find it. 60 found. And Mark Rudge now up to the board. Again, the triples are starting to flow here. Vicky in the chat saying Dart Connect has had a few too many tonight. Yeah, you know what happens, unfortunately. It's technical problems on technical problems. Their servers are based off of AWS. So if there's any problems with Amazon Web Services, they are at the mercy of those servers. Unfortunate, but we're trying our best to do the internal math. Our gerbils are running at full speed after getting their refreshed kibble, refreshed water. Computers are working overdrive now, so thank you to the gerbils inside of our WPL Studio PC. Mark Rudge working with 174 after some high-powered scoring here. So some great stuff from Rudge coming in out of left field, doing well to find these big visits. So a big ton found. Mark Rudge, great stuff there. Steve Krikorian might be at risk of dropping a leg here. No perfect game. By no means has it been a great game from either guy, but had the opportunity to go. 6 legs on the spin. Second dart not in there. Will have to go down. Too many people in line here for triple 20. Might be choosing to stay. I would say go for the 18s or 14s here, Steve. Goes for the 19s instead. So 99 found here from Steve Krikorian. Mark Rudge working with 74 now. Scoreboards are starting to cooperate. Okay, so 24 found, 50 remaining. Can't find the bullseye finish. Really got to give Rudge a lot of respect there for going for it. Respecting Steve, knowing that, yeah, 142, it's a pretty low percentage shot, but Steve is the type of guy that really loves to give it his all on these high-pressure shots. 142 remaining now. First dart, not able to lock it in. You can just tell from the reaction, didn't even release right. Scoreboard is updating correctly, I believe. So at the very least, we do know what is remaining, and that is a 36 for Mark Rudge. Not a bad leave, all things considered. If you're going to miss, leave yourself handy. Double 18 now for Mark Rudge. Needs to walk it down. Going to double 9 and not able to find it wide on, well wide on both attempts at the double there. Second and third dart. Steve Krikorian sitting at 100, so the opportunity for a perfect game against Mark Rudge. Starting off this game with a 30 average, working his way back up to a 56. Double-double, you feel, might be the way to go. Tried it. That's the risk that you run. Finds that third dart in that triple 20 bed to leave himself double 10. So more life here for Rudge. If he can just find this double 9. Don't give up, Rudge. Come on, drill it, buddy. And he does! The perfect game eludes Steve Krikorian. The Season 1 champ is not going to be walking away with a perfect wipe. The Season 3 runner-up. Honors to you, Steve, for this leg. But you have been denied something that so very rarely happens in the WPL. No sweep for you. Looks like that third dart did slip inside that triple 20. So great way to get going here for Steve Krikorian, but look at Rudge. Feeling himself here, feeling a little fresh on these triple 20s, drilling home 100, I believe. Scoreboard again, a little behind. It's in, it's enjoying its vacation, still stuck in last week apparently, but I believe that was 100 fired in from Mark Rudge. And Steve Krikorian trying to split the difference here. Can't drill the red bit, but did well to correct regardless. 60 found there. Scoreboard is starting to get the idea that, wait a minute, I should be current. Hold on, hold up, wait a minute. Going downstairs, Mark Rudge so unlucky with that. Bobby, I'm not going to tell him that. There's no way I'm going to do that. You can go text these guys yourself. Getting back up to the line here, Steve Krikorian. First dart, just a little high of that triple 20. Trying to, what a weird angle that dart landed in. So unlucky. Creates the confusion. I mean, the line was good. That's got to be so frustrating when the line is perfect. But the way that it lands, just awkwardly down. So tough to get around. Rudge trying to build a home for himself. A nest on that triple 20 segment. Not able to lock it in. Krikorian now 314, 328. Close game from both guys here. Just trying to get comfortable, feel himself on these boards that have been, well, updated here for WPL Season 4. These Target Tour boards are actually quite nice. A pair of new boards have been installed in the studio, brand new. And so the third dart not able to find its way in. And this has been just a constant irritation for Mark Rudge all evening tonight, unfortunately. Just not able to lock his arm in. And it's so out of character for Rudge, who, I mean, had a great tournament run this past weekend at the Chris 𝗧𝗏 Winter Classic. Rest in peace, Chris. And I believe that 180 did not go. Might have just pushed out into the one segment. So 1, 2, 3, not as easy as ABC that Steve is finding out here. And Rudge is looking to go downstairs, trying to find some luck on those 19s, staying there. Bobby is angry. You know why, Bobby. No amount of angry emojis is going to convince me to say that live on the air. So you can keep trying, but you will not get the best of me, good sir. And looks like the triple 20 is getting the best of both players. Ever so elusive. Steve just saying, forget it. I'm going into the center of the board. Finds that 65 to leave himself a ton, I believe. Mark Rudge, 237 now. Work to do, but the curtains might be calling for Mark Rudge here in the opening week. Does very well to find a 140. So pressure building now. Both guys, nice fist bump there, a nice show of respect. Steve Krikorian knows that this is, well, he's going to have to earn this one. Finds a beautiful first dart, going up to double 20. Needs to bring it down for 100 take, and he only finds 80, leaving himself 20. Mark Rudge, who found a ton 40, leaving himself 97. Finds a big 19 to leave 78. And unfortunately, that one will kill the chance. 77 remains now. Finds the trip 19 to leave himself 20. Both guys down to 20. Who's going to be the one? Who's going to be the hero? Which dart's going to be the hero? Double 10 needed. Steve Krikorian lines up for the shot. And he takes it. It's found. Rudge knows that while he was working with borrowed time for the majority of that second set, fist bump, shake of the head, a little bit of a laugh. Fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you just have these games in darts where you just don't know what's going on. They're just not going in. So if we come back to the cam here, again, my partner, he's gone. Where did he go? I don't know. Hopefully he'll rejoin me pretty soon here after these messages, after the break. Regardless, though, tough game for Mark Rudge and Steve Krikorian. What can you do? We all have those games where we try and force it. We try to get it to go in. Doesn't work out so well. That's darts. That's the unfortunate part of this game. Steve Krikorian will be moving on to face off against Joe Ricard. And I don't have an update for the Tom Curtin, Mike Carignan game, but Fred Krueger awaits the winner of that game. So a lot of action here to come in the semifinals. Just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere, and see you very soon.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗪 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗪 Taproom is the place to play indoor golf in Worcester. Featuring 5 bays with brand new 𝗬𝗲𝗄𝗃 laser simulators and over 16,000 courses to choose from, including local courses, you're guaranteed to tee off comfortably on your favorite course any time of the year. 𝗬𝗪 Taproom also hosts indoor golf leagues year-round so you can grow as a player and have fun rain or shine. Great food, great drinks, and reasonable rates. Navigate to 𝗬𝗪taproom.com to book a bay today. Say hi to Todd, Doreen, and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you.
Great teams don't happen by chance. They're built on trust, teamwork, and people who show up when it matters. At 𝗬𝗫 Staffing Solutions, we connect people with opportunity and businesses with reliable talent. And we're proud to support the local communities and organizations that bring people together. 𝗬𝗫 Staffing Solutions, people first, community always.
Days End Tavern is Oxford's hometown sports bar, always serving up great times, great drinks, and great vibes. Always open for the biggest games. Come for the people, stay for the dart leagues, pool leagues, trivia nights, live music, and so much more going on every week. Come as friends, leave as family. How every hometown bar should be. Head on down to Days End Tavern in Oxford today.
𝗬𝗏 Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards, accessories and apparel, to luck of the draws and events, 𝗬𝗏 Darts does it all to support the community they truly understand and love. Trusted by everyone, from players just starting out to state league champions, if you need to stock up on supplies or are just looking for a good time, look no further than 𝗬𝗏 Darts. Be sure to follow them on Facebook to stay up to date and tell them the WPL sent you.
Since 2014, US Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. Their catalog runs deep, including custom team uniforms, embroidered corporate wear, spirit wear, and promotional items. If you want it branded, they have the tools and the people to get the job done right. So if you're looking for unmatched quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time on your project, head down to Marlboro or give US Sports and Apparel a call. Again, if you're looking for gear that works as hard as you do, trust in US Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
No job is too big or too small for Worcester's best signage and display crew. Art Creative are experts in signage, banners, large format printing, vinyl lettering, and more. With work featured all over New England, they will understand your needs better than any competitor, guaranteed. If you're looking for a local business that truly cares about quality, Art Creative is here for you. Check out their Facebook page or visit them online at art-creative.com.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the hub of darts in central Massachusetts. With close to 30 dartboards to play on and the biggest Friday luck of the draw around, you're guaranteed to see some friends or make some new ones every time you stop in. Additionally, 𝗬𝗲 Taproom hosts many Worcester Dart League and Minuteman Dart League teams in all divisions, making it fun and inviting for a wide range of players and skill levels. If you're looking to develop your game, why not try and play in one of the many weekly leagues from cricket to long format 501? You're going to grow as a player and have fun doing it. So if you're serious about darts, stop by 𝗬𝗲 Taproom as soon as you can. Say hi to Todd and Doreen and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom, 70 James Street in Worcester. See you there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a rather hectic break here. Coming back to the camera here, if it's going to hang on with us. It's been a difficult night here at the Worcester Premier League, but you know what? We're fighting through it, we're working through it, and we're trying our best to get things done. You guys can tell the camera is still bugging out a little bit, but that's okay. The bigger issue that has been going on, if we go to the board cam here, you can tell from the scoreboard that we have there as I make this little correction here. There we go. Dark Connect is unfortunately having nationwide issues right now. Dark Connect servers run through Amazon Web Services, AWS. When those servers have problems, Dark Connect has problems. There is no darts competition anywhere in the country that is running or operating on Dark Connect that is not experiencing issues right now. It's an unfortunate reality living in our digital age that these technical problems do propagate and occur. It's rather unfortunate that it happens to happen on a Monday WPL night, but the players are ready. We do have a camera view there, so things are, well, a little delayed as well, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but seems that this is the best that we're going to be able to do given the extent of the problems tonight. So let me just give the go-ahead to the players really quick here, guys. We're going to actually try and fix these video cameras really quick before we start. Alrighty, so we fixed the camera issue, so that's all resolved. See, anything on our end we can figure out with relative ease. So we will be getting the game going here. And so Ricard, 𝗏𝗏 facing off here. Fortunately, one of the challenges of this setup here is that I am not able to see the chat very easily. So I'm going to try my best to keep up to date with the chat as we move along here. Ricard lining himself up, not able to find the bull, which is unfortunate. What can 𝗏𝗏 do here? Finds the single bull, so it will be 𝗏𝗏 leading off here in this semifinal match. So both guys have secured points in the opening week of week 1. Most of the job done right there, just getting some points up on the board, getting the run going. And are we going to see a different 𝗏𝗏 who finds that brilliant first start? Wants to join it with another one, able to find 2. So if he was slow to start in the previous game, not slow to start here, leaving himself 380 after that first visit. Great stuff there from 𝗏𝗏. Fantastic. Ricard, 2 blocking, will be going downstairs now to try and catch a trip. Can't get it done. Unlucky there. 𝗏𝗏 looking for more of that, well, triple 20 action, but this is something that plagued him in the previous game. Just these wayward darts that were just all over the place, not managing to put 3 darts in the same bed. So unlucky visit there. But are we going to see him able to correct those darts? Ricard finding that triple 20, not able to put 2 in there, so close. And so 𝗏𝗏 looking to keep on marching down the line here with 3:35 remaining. Wants to try and split the difference here. 60 found, not able to collect a trip with that third dart. 3:42 remaining now for Ricard, who's lining up, trying to find some big scores here. Able to pick up a massive triple with that second dart, but the third dart just high and wide. What a weird throw there for that dart to go up and to the right, especially with the line found on that second dart. Completely new Steve here from, well, very big difference. finding these triple 20s with relative ease now. We knew that Steve had the game in him. It was just bizarre that it happened to be so late. Really unfortunate there. Leaving himself 190 after a handful of visits, so great stuff there. Joe Ricard falling behind here, but another one will put him right back in the running. 100 will leave him a finish. So even though he is, well, looking to try and break in this leg, he's down to an out first. That dart will not do from Steve Krikorian. Needs to try and collect himself a trip here. Can't get it done. Again, a massive thank you to everybody in the chat who has kept with us through all these technical challenges. Sometimes when it rains, it just pours. We've been doing our best to hang in there and get things moving along as quickly as possible. Joe Ricard leaving himself a very 116, so very nice 116. So big thank you to everybody who has been hanging in there with us. Thank you again for tuning in. Steve Krikorian so unlucky on that second dart, finding that 15. A little bit of a think here. 110 remaining now, and able to drop his score down to 90. Also, while we're here, well, I guess I'll wait in a second here, but Joe Ricard not going to find it with that push on that first dart. Finds that triple 20 there. So 61 scored. Thinking about his next dart here. He leaves 55, so it should be just a 15 to try and pick up that big number to leave himself 40. Steve Krikorian will be going for the 20 here. The objective is that if you can't find that triple 20, you get a shot at the bullseye, and that's a frustrating first dart there. You can tell by the reaction from Steve. Love the emotion. Lolo, thank you in the chat for the cheer on. Again, we're trying our best here. Sometimes, again, things just go haywire. Just like they're going here for Steve, not able to collect his darts, not able to even leave himself a single dart finish. 40 remains now for Joe, a little bit of a lucky break, and able to pick that up, snatch that opening game away from Steve Krikorian. So sloppy second half there from Steve, the Season 1 champ. A little unfortunate. Just confirming that on the second board. Actually, we don't have a second board. The second semifinal match will be Tom Curtin and Fred Krueger, so a clash of titans. What an opening game that's pegged to be. A long way to go in this game, though. Steve Krikorian looking to try and drop that dart just a little lower if he's can even find the space. Again, actually kind of surprised he even went for it. Those flights are so slim, but still trying to force his way in, even when it looks like there's no space at all. Joe Ricard, too, so close. Right on the wire there, able to find it with that third one, just catching the corner. So a great, great third dart. Steve Krikorian struggling a little bit. 4, 5, 6 now. Joe over 100 points clear. More of those will do quite nicely, though. What can Steve do? Needs another one. Can't quite find it. Drops the score down to 3, 5, 6. So this is the interesting part of this game here, where we really didn't see a convincing game from Steve Krikorian. We saw kind of a mess between him and Mark Rudge. No offense to either guy, but the game was just awkward. It wasn't comfortable. Neither guy seemed poised to really do anything big in that game, but Steve's doubles were the saving grace in that game. It's one of those things where you can really, really lean and find some comfort if you're not scoring well, but you know that if you have the look, you're going to get out. Steve losing that opening leg with some second half drama, not able to collect himself to an out. This is a little bit of a shocky here. Steve has a little bit of mental work to do to find himself back in the right headspace to really power on through. Joe's going to be a tough customer. Needs to keep on believing that these darts are going to find their target. While we're waiting here, massive, massive shout out to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom, who is the Season 4 presenting partner. Thank you, Todd Doreen, all the staff there for all the love and support that you've sent us these past 2 seasons now. If you're in the Worcester area and you're looking to play some golf, play some darts, play some cornhole, or just come and hang out and have a great drink with some great food, 70 James Street in Worcester, you can't go wrong there, guys. And these darts are just going wrong, wrong, wrong for Steve Krikorian, who's not able to find a triple, not able to keep all of his darts in the same segment. And a 40 found. Mental warfare. Steve just starting to get on himself a little bit here. Joe, no emotion. 86 remaining now. We'll be going to the 18s. Should be going back to the 20s here. He likes to stay on there for 56, leave himself 50. All the way back on 216, marooned on an island. I've said it seasons past. Needs the lot if he wants any semblance of pressure. At the very least, a 140 to just give Joe a tap on the shoulder. I don't think from that reaction that it found its way home, leaving himself 1-2-1. Which way is he going to go, 10 or 18? Down and across to double 16. Going up to double 8 now. Rhythmic throw from Joe Ricard finds its way in. And a little bit of a shell-shocked expression there from Steve Krikorian as he finds himself 2 legs behind rather quickly. Needs to do some work to put these darts where they need to go. Frustrating. A little bit of a, excessive push there. You could tell that dart was thrown in frustration. Hard not to be frustrated, but there's still a lot of runway on this game. Hoping that Steve can keep it together here, keep himself calm and collected, and really push Joe, who has done very well these past couple of seasons, hanging in there with Tom Curtin, Ron Sargent, really solid players. And there are big points at stake here. If you can find yourself 3 or 5 points in the first week, you put yourself in a good position for the rest of the season, really. Every finals appearance matters so critically here at the Worcester Premier League. These points are so hard to get. Joe Ricard continues to just drill on these 20s. Looking for another one, able to find it. Believe that those points are, I think, 36 millimeters long, so pushing close to 40 mil points. They will grab, and they will grab aggressively. He can just keep them going in the same spot. Steve Krikorian really relying on the size of those darts to group them so well, but grouping has not been there. Joe, not too phased by that low dart, has plenty of space to go over, but finding its way into that trip 1, not able to catch that trip 19, so a little bit of a break, reprieve for Krikorian, who needs to stabilize himself, And that one, it's just so tricky and frustrating when the height is right, but the horizontal is not. So unfortunate, so frustrating. 295, not able to leapfrog Joe. Puts him in a commanding position as he's in potential outshot territory here if he can just hit 2 trebles. 219 remaining now. A little bit of a step back and a reset from Joe going downstairs. And that 7 is not going to make him a happy man. Brizzle in the chat says he tried using slims. They couldn't get control of the darts. They were landing on an angle and quite awkwardly in the board. Yeah, and you know what? That's how those flights work. They give you a lot of speed, but because you lose the, sheer size on the wing, you lose a lot of stability aerodynamically, and those darts will, if you don't have a really clean release and a really clean throw, kick and go haywire, left, right, center, up, down, whatever, they will expose a lot of errors in your throw. You really do need a perfect throw, and when Steve is on, man, he does throw perfect darts. But it's certainly a feeling, it's certainly a headspace, it's certainly a mental state you've got to put yourself in to throw those darts repeatedly and not get too bothered by mistakes. 152 now for Joe Ricard. Finds the first dart. Finds the second dart, down to double 16. What a take there from Joe Ricard. Solid 152. Unbelievable take. Wow. 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 Talk about a statement visit there. Statement way to end that set. Joe Ricard 1-0. Oh my goodness. A little bit of a wry smile there from Steve Krikorian. He knows that that was an impressive shot. That was, what can you do if the guy takes out 152? I mean, you're just kind of left as a bystander. Joe Ricard 475 now. Single 5, not going to do. But you know what? It's not too big of an issue right now. Okay, that second dart's a little bit of an issue now. Needs to center it. Finds that triple 20. Perfect third dart. Great correction there. Krikorian 4-3-1 now. And this has just been the tale of the night, folks. So unfortunate here for Steve. Just trying to corral these darts. It's like herding cats, unfortunately. They're meowing, they're purring, playing with a little ball of yarn, but they're not doing what they're told, and that's been ever so frustrating for Krikorian as he's just trying to get them all moving in the same direction. And Joe is just making it look easy to hit 60s. Yeah, he may not hit big, but he'll at least put them in the same segment. Sometimes that can be annoying in itself. Able to pick up that big dart there, and Krikorian able to find 2 in there, so a great visit. Awesome stuff. Joe looking to just try and navigate his dart over ever so slightly. Able to pick up that big trip 19. A little bit of a grimace there on Steve's face. He knows that that was a big dart to find. Keeps the pressure building. Keeps the pressure on his shoulders. A little bit of a breath there. See, that's what I want to see from Steve. Just a little bit of a breath. No movement of the shoulders. When he's frustrated, he moves his shoulders around a little bit, and that loses the line. You lose your accuracy when he does, and it's very hard. A lot of dart players do that. And 2 found there from Joe Ricard, looking for the first 180 of on the stream, not able to get it done. But controlling that frustration, keeping yourself level and steady. 1-3-4. This is a big moment now for Steve. Can he find himself looking at a double? Won't be able to do it. Just looking to knock it down now. 36 scored. 98 remains. Only able to pick up 56 to leave himself 80. Is Joe going to attempt the same route? Wanted to go for 20s, curiously. Wondered what the way he was planning was going to be. And only finds 6, so this is getting a little sloppy now. To 128 remaining, able to land that critical third dart. 68 ahead of Steve, but 80. I'd rather be the guy with the 80 left in this situation. Needs to keep it elevated. Don't bust your score. And that is, I think, the 4th or 5th time tonight where we have seen just that haywire dart not cooperate, not stay in line, and really punish Steve and give, well, the opportunity to go another leg up here on a silver platter for Joe Ricard. He needs to take advantage of this, needs to punish. Finds the first dart, 2 darts in hand at double 4. Only needs the 1. So frustration there from Steve Krikorian. Gave it away, really. Joe Ricard just not letting go of the opportunities that are given to him, doing very well, playing very well. Take advantage of those opportunities. Fair play to Joe. Krikorian now looking like he's locking in. Finds the big 140 to lead off there. Great visit, great start. Just needs more of that, more consistency. Awkward first there for Joe Ricard. Blocks the entire bed with the second one. Goes downstairs and picks up the trip. So a great dart there. Krikorian looking to just do another, more of the same. I mean, 2 back-to-back 140s. Even a ton here would be nice. Even a 60 would be serviceable. And there we go again with these weird, awkward left-right darts. I think that's outside. 26 found. Not enough. And that's an awkward block. Looks like the dart was bobbling around in the board a little bit. Those points so long, so much weight outside towards the edge of the board. Great pickup with that third dart there. Not relenting on Steve at all, who's still in front. 320. He's really earned a lot of ground off of that opening 140, but needs to keep on pushing. Not able to go. So, again, just the pressure, momentum not there with Steve, who's just struggling to just put 3 darts in this big segments. There's so many games that you can at least hang. If you can just hit 20s and 19s and 18s, not having to rely on hit those triples. I mean, yeah, at the highest levels of the game, you have to find 1 or 2, but so many games you can get away with at least 1 or 2 visits to the board. Just keeping the darts in the big segments. Steve not able, pushes it well wide again. Awkward darts. Not sure if he picked up the trip 12 there. Joe just to the left of that 20 segment. Trip 5 found. 35 punched in so far. Not able to grab it, so 211 to 241. Steve with a big visit here. He can be first down to an out. Joe Ricard just outside of outshot range, sitting at 211. There's a very critical first start there for Steve. Needs another one. Again, pushes it wide again. 95 down to 146, so low percentage shot, but it's still a shot.
Joe Ricard not able to pick up some big numbers in these first two darts, starting to worry a little bit about needing to pick up the pace. So awkward there. Krikorian just setting himself up here, 1-4-6. The first dart, yeah, he's just giving himself a telling off there. I happen to agree with that. That was not even close to the 19s. 26 punched in, 120 left. And yeah, well, shake of the head there, scratch of the head. It's nothing more you can do in that situation. And you know, I'm not beating up on Steve here. It's just a frustrating position when you're just trying to keep him in line, and you know, millimeter left, millimeter right will kill you in the long run. Gives opportunities for Joe with the 97 now. Serious pressure again on Steve. And 70 remaining to Steve's 119. First part found, needs a trip 20 if he wants to have a look, and pushes it outside again to leave himself 95. Goes down to the 19, so opportunity again. Served on a silver platter. Trip 10, you feel, or the 18. Okay, needs a 20 now for double 16. Going for 12 instead for 20. Not able to find double 20. Well high, so 38 for Krikorian. You know what? I have a feeling that he's got to split it. I feel like he's got to split it. There's no way he goes to double 19 first start. I have to admire the resolve there from Steve. But one dart versus two, tough way to go about it. Not able to find it, and that's why splitting might have been the wiser choice there. Giving yourself two options instead of potentially going inside. And looks like just in the corner there, that's found from Joe. My goodness. Two legs on the spin. Might be a complete wash here. Actually, I don't think it is a complete wash. Is it? I'm not sure, guys. There's so much that's happened tonight. Just trying to keep everything all combobulated in my head rather than discombobulated. It's rather difficult some days. 24 found there from Joe Ricard. Not off to the strongest of starts. Steve Krikorian will just look at that and go, you know what? Okay. It's been tough. We've faced some battles. Not grouping our darts as well as we can, but you know what? Oh, the 140 again to get things underway. We can rely on those big scores, those big moments to just try and get some momentum going in this game. Joe has been relentless. He has been steady. Hardly any emotion shown from Joe. Just trying to do the job, get it done. Steve Krikorian looking to just keep this arm flowing, and when it flows, it's beautiful. Still a lot of space in that 20 bed. Just goes high on those two, but the ton drops the score down to 261, so he is rocketing off to outshot territory. But what will Joe Ricard have to say about it? Two in there, Joe. Are we going to see it? I don't know if that's in there. Not sure. I think that was a 140. Again, we don't have the Dart Connect score, so we don't get the actual update. Unlucky there. So Steve Krikorian looking to go downstairs. Looks like he doesn't snag it. I think he got the corner of that 3, maybe the outside corner of the 19. Regardless, it was right on the edge, a little uncomfortable. Any way you toss it. Joe Ricard finds that big second dart, looking to just keep on hammering. 81 found, drops the score down to 213. Krikorian, 217. He needs to start motoring if he wants to have a chance of extending this game. Finds the first dart. Great find. 80 punched in, 127 remaining now. Not able to pick up that third dart, but 99 will leave it in 118. So great work regardless. Great leave, and Joe, 213. 5 is caught there, so 208 remaining. 188 remaining. Tries to go downstairs, but doesn't snag anything worthwhile. So this is the best chance that Steve Krikorian has had so far to get a leg on the board in this set and extend this game out further. Looks like we're going to see a chance at double tops. Not able to lock it down, but a great bid, great setup from Steve. Just pulled it inside, 181 remaining for Joe. Only can set up here, can't do much else. Needs at least 2 triples, finds it. So 80 scored, 101 remaining. Likes to stay on it to leave himself 81. So if Steve doesn't take this, it's going to be rough. I mean, mentally, I don't know how you recover from this.
Joe has come from so far back. This is where you do not want to miss. Take a breath and toss, Steve. Finds it. Second dart found. A little bit of a clench of the fist right there. Knew that that was an important find to take. And the Season 1 champ is on the board in this set. Looking to keep things going here just a little bit longer, but still a long way to go. And importantly for Steve Krikorian, that was a break-of throw. Joe, that was his throw. Gave it away. Steve back on throw now. What I mean by that for everybody who's just tuning in, maybe potentially watching darts for the first time, in this leg, Steve Krikorian went first. If he scores well, theoretically, he should be the first one down to an out. Potential chance to win the game. That's how darts works. It's why it switches off back and forth every single time we go back to 501. And looks like Steve is just marching along here, finding his rhythm finally. Great darts there. Joe Ricard looking to just try and keep up, try and match these heavy scores. Looks like that single 5, shake of the head there. Not thrilled with that at all. Finds the 85, but just catching some sort of awkward arm bug. Steve Krikorian finds that first dart. Second dart, a little high, needs to drop it in. Can't do it, but the ton is serviceable. It's more than enough at this point to keep the pressure building on Joe, who needs a 140 or 180. Even a 171, just something big here. A 140 would be nice. Put the pressure back on, takes that reset. And it can't grab it, but 275, he's not giving Steve a long runway space here. Just trying to keep up. Tap him on the shoulder, make sure his presence is known. And Steve is just trying to make sure that, okay, Joe, let's not let him get to an out first. Finds at 65 for the tee-up Taproom 170. And be a monster if he can reel that one in. And be sure to check out tee-up Taproom, 70 James Street in Worcester, if you are looking for indoor golf or darts or food, drink, whatever. Great times. Tee-up Taproom, go check him out. Let's see if he can take out the tee-up 170. Haven't seen it so far this season. Won't go this season so far. Going downstairs looking for a correction. Able to pick up that trip 19 to leave himself a very serviceable 88. So good work there from Steve. And Joe Ricard, 245 now. Looking to just try and drop this score down. 40 will not do. Looking for at least the ton for the low percentage shot. Won't do it. Won't go. So the Season 1 champ now taking a breath, looking the dartboard down. 68 remains now. No need to try and leave himself a bull finish. Finds that big second dart, so double 8 remaining now. Sorry, double 4, excuse me. We're late into the night. We've had a lot of difficulties. My brain is combobulated all over the place. Scrambled. And Joe Ricard, 215, shaking the head, block of the bed. Not enjoying these darts the way that they're landing. Very critical pick off there with that third dart, but double 2 now. Steve Krikorian wants to get it done. No trouble, no faff. Wants it here now. First dart would be preferable. Not a lot of space to move up. Slight adjustment. Even smaller adjustment now. Just walk it in, and he does walk it in. Great take, and a little bit of a smile there. Even Joe Ricard was like, I can't believe that that went in. What an adjustment there from Steve Krikorian. This set is all tied up at 2 legs apiece now. Who's going to take this one? And so Joe Ricard getting off the line here in a hurry, scooting along towards the ultimate goal. Had some tough scoring legs these past couple of visits to the board, but finding his rhythm again. Steve Krikorian doing very well to match, just one slightly better. And Joe finding the rhythm again. When Joe takes his time, he very rarely panics. And that 140 is humongous pressure on Steve Krikorian. This is starting to build over. Score of this set is 2-2, Bobby, so this is for the set. Joe is currently 1 set up. Krikorian looking to put another one in there. So whoever wins this set will be moving on to the finals. Sorry, excuse me. Joe wins this set, he'll be moving on to the finals. If Steve wins, he'll be extending this game for a game-deciding set. And Joe just continues to hammer away. The 180 eludes us, only finding 140. Love the sportsmanship from Steve Krikorian. Really wanted him to have that one. But Joe playing like an absolute beast right now, leaving himself 96. Krikorian not able to find the ton to leave himself a chance. It would have been low percentage, but Joe Ricard, high percentage on this 96. 76 remaining now. This is for a trip to the finals. Double 8 for Joe Ricard, and it's found. What a game by Joe Ricard. 77.2 to the 70.3. So much improved there by Steve Krikorian. What a game that was. But Joe Ricard will be moving on to the finals. We have the other semifinal match, Tom Curtin versus Fred Krueger, coming up in a few short moments here. Guys, let me just go over to the cam really quick here. Thank you so much for all the patience. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We've been experiencing a whole host of technical problems. Some stuff here in the studio, some stuff that's not in our control, but we thank you guys for being here. We're hanging in there. This break will not nearly be as long as the previous one, so don't go anywhere. Tom Curtin, Fred Krueger coming up. See you soon.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the place to play indoor golf in Worcester. Featuring 5 bays with brand new 𝗬𝗲 laser simulators and over 16,000 courses to choose from, including local courses, you're guaranteed to tee off comfortably on your favorite course any time of the year. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom also hosts indoor golf leagues year-round so you can grow as a player and have fun rain or shine. Great food, great drinks, and reasonable rates. Navigate to 𝗬𝗲taproom.com to book a bay today. Say hi to Todd, Doreen, and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you.
Great teams don't happen by chance. They're built on trust, teamwork, and people who show up when it matters. At 𝗬𝗫 Staffing Solutions, we connect people with opportunity and businesses with reliable talent. And we're proud to support the local communities and organizations that bring people together. 𝗬𝗫 Staffing Solutions, people first, community always.
Days End Tavern is Oxford's hometown sports bar, always serving up great times, great drinks, and great vibes. Always open for the biggest games. Come for the people, stay for the dart leagues, pool leagues, trivia nights, live music, and so much more going on every week. Come as friends, leave as family. How every hometown bar should be. Head on down to Days End Tavern in Oxford today.
𝗬𝗏 Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards, accessories and apparel, to luck of the draws and events, 𝗬𝗏 Darts does it all to support the community they truly understand and love. Trusted by everyone, from players just starting out to state league champions. If you need to stock up on supplies or are just looking for a good time, look no further than 𝗬𝗏 Darts. Be sure to follow them on Facebook to stay up to date and tell them the WPL sent you.
Since 2014, US Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. Their catalog runs deep, including custom team uniforms, embroidered corporate wear, spirit wear, and promotional items. If you want it branded, they have the tools and the people to get the job done right. So if you're looking for unmatched quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time on your project, head down to Marlboro or give US Sports and Apparel a call. Again, if you're looking for gear that works as hard as you do, trust in US Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
No job is too big or too small for Worcester's best signage and display crew. Art or Creative are experts in signage, banners, large format printing, vinyl lettering, and more. With work featured all over New England, they will understand your needs better than any competitor, guaranteed. If you're looking for a local business that truly cares about quality, Art or Creative is here for you. Check out their Facebook page or visit them online at ardor-creative.com.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the hub of darts in Central Massachusetts. With close to 30 dartboards to play on and the biggest Friday luck of the draw around, you're guaranteed to see some friends or make some new ones every time you stop in. Additionally,
𝗬𝗏 Taproom hosts many Worcester Dart League and Minuteman Dart League teams in all divisions, making it fun and inviting for a wide range of players and skill levels. If you're looking to develop your game, why not try and play in one of the many weekly leagues from cricket to long format 501? You're going to grow as a player and have fun doing it. So if you're serious about darts, stop by 𝗬𝗏 Taproom as soon as you can. Say hi to Todd and Doreen and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you. 𝗬𝗏 Taproom, 70 James Street in Worcester. See you there.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Worcester Premier League. We are back from break, and joining me here in the commentary box here, let me go to the cam. Hey, he's back from scoring duty. He was over there controlling the scoreboard over there, doing a fantastic job. Going over to the bracket here really quick, we just saw Joe Ricard. He had felled Steve Krikorian 2-0, and now a clash of titans. Fred Krueger, Tom Curtin. Nick, what are your thoughts?
This is set up to be the match of the week. Two of the guys with the top averages in this league, and one of them being a newcomer, one of them being the champion. So we're going to have to see where this one lays out, and it's going to be a slugfest.
Yeah, these guys are getting their warm-up throws in here. I mean, just unbelievable, the quality, the standard of play that these guys have within them. Remarkable, frightening, scary. Doubles are good. The scoring is good. Both these guys, good looking. I mean, it's the perfect trifecta. It's a whole package for both of these guys. Give them the go-ahead here really quick. The command has been given. I mean, look at that. I mean, he's just shooting double bulls for fun.
For fun.
For fun.
If you don't know Fred, you're going to know Fred after this match. That's for sure.
Tom Curtin got a haircut. Freddy Krueger got a haircut. So, I mean, they're ready. I mean, they're aerodynamic. They're slick.
They're aerodynamic.
I
never thought that's how I would describe one of the players in the Worcester Premier League. But
aerodynamic, man.
Looks like we're going to see a cork here.
So Fred going first at the board here. What can he do? It's a pool party. Get in the pool.
He's going to be outside, not able to find it. Can Tom better it? You expect him to, and he does. So Tom will have the throw in the odd sets.
This is the two-time, the back-to-back.
The back-to-back.
Champion of the Worcester Premier League. I mean, this guy is no joke. Getting this game underway here. First start, looking good. Second start, I mean, a little low here, so just got to elevate a bit. Finds it. One of the things that Tom Curtin was so frightening, so frightening to know about him last season is that every single time he went to the board, he always walked away with at least one triple. That's a scary man to play against.
Yes, it is. Can he walk this one down right now? Oh, he tries to. It was a great marker, but it just clatters up and over. So a 60 for Fred Krueger. And it looks like we're going to have to redo the scoreboard, so you might lose me for the rest of this broadcast, where we might have to go back to the manual cam. But Tom Curtin with an 85.
It looks like it's updating here, so yeah, I believe this is correct. Again, for those who are just tuning into this match, Dark Connect has been experiencing problems all night, all over the nation. 81 found there from Fred Krueger, so great darts. So there's nothing we can do about it. We're just kind of at the mercy of Dark Connect, which is unfortunate, but we may have to go back to the manual scoring here if this scoreboard fails to update. Great darts here from Tom Curtin. 80 found. 81 found. A little high roll there. And I think, well, it's chugging along. It's trying. We will be going back to the manual counting if it doesn't refresh here. Just waiting for Fred. Carignan says, good luck, guys. And we are going to be pausing this match after this throw to get the updated score. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're so sorry for all of these technical difficulties. Are we going to see the 180 from Tom Curtin? No, it looks like the 170 checkout potentially, but I mean, there's nothing we can do in this situation. I'm not sure what else can do it. This is the service that we've used for all of our seasons to count the, we'll do the automatic scoring, automatic counting, and they are having just a national outage right now. So unlucky. Not much we can do, so we are going to pause this game. Like I said, we're going to set up the automatic scoring. Nick's already in there getting everything set up for the camera. So we will be taking another quick break here. Just give us a moment. Got that scoreboard set up now, so moving things along here. Not sure if this score is live. Should be live. Just not sure if they're scoring. They are scoring live now, so this is live dart. 65 remaining for Tom Curtin now. Finds the double bull, so a little too good there for Tom Curtin, having to check. 15 remaining now for the two-time WPL champion, going up to double 4 and pulls it inside. So still some time, though, from Tom. Not having to worry too much about having to take that out immediately. Wanted to get it done for his own sake. Fred, again, Fred has just been phenomenal the past couple of weeks here. I mean, the play-in was great. I think he just recently re-earned his CDC Tour card, Championship Darts Corporation. Tom takes that out, though, makes it look easy, makes it look good. Krueger stuck on 140. So congrats to Fred for earning that tour card, but this is some, well, it's quite a wall he's running into tonight against Tom. He would love to book his ticket to the finals, first time ever appearing in the Worcester Premier League, but Tom Curtin would love to have something to say preventing this man from going that far. Looking like he's going to be going downstairs and doesn't like the line of it, can't quite grab that triple. Tom, again, not afraid to switch and move around the board if he doesn't like the line. Fred finding that beautiful first dart, going back up, might be staying there, actually chose to stay there, goes wide, so 3-3-2 to 4-4-2 now. Tom Curtin looking to elevate these darts just a little bit more. Second dart is in there. Beautiful second dart. Third dart, big 140 found. Tom Curtin able to jump back in front. The lead here, 3-3-2 now for Freddie. Still a lot of space on that 20 segment. Finds it, drills it. Looks like he's going to be going downstairs. Can't grab that triple, leave himself 233. So both guys scoring very, very well here. This is a great game so far. Tom goes wide on that first start. 20 found. Not able to pick up a trip, so only finding 52. This is a massive opportunity now for Fred Krueger. If he can find some triples, put this score down into reasonable outshot territory, and it will be. And a 140 found for Fred. 93 remaining. Reversals of fortune. Looks like almost a complete role reversal from that last opening leg, where Tom left Freddie marooned. Long way to go. Fred is looking like he's going to take this quite handily. 93 remaining. Looking to go for the trip 19 to leave 36, I believe. Finds 14, so 50 or 40 remaining, excuse me. Late into the night. Caster math all over the place. Sorry, folks, for the wrong math. 60 found. No way out for Tom Curtin. 80 found, so 110 remaining, and that third dart got pushed out by that first one. Unlucky darts there. And Krueger just looking to clean up. Going downstairs to double 10 now. Didn't like that dart at all. Finds it, takes it. One apiece now for everybody. I know it's hard to see who's winning this game, but it's tied right now, 1-1. And Tom Curtin trying to split the difference here, looking to go for it. 60 found. Not able to grab a lot. Certainly a massive opportunity now for Freddie, who's looking to just fill this bed up. There's a lot of space to work with. Still a lot of space, but he might be moving downstairs. Smart switch, but didn't like that line, I guess. Shake the head, didn't like it. What can Tom do here? Already working from a little behind. And wants another one of those. Fills it up, so a great visit from Tom Curtin. Big 1-2-5. 4-2 now for Freddy Krueger. Just looking for more of the same. These guys are heavy hitters. Heavy hitters for sure. 2 in there for Fred. And the first 180 on the WPL Season 4 stream goes to Fred Krueger. Big 180 there. Massive pressure. Tom Curtin just looking to fire back with a respectable visit of his own. Can't get it done. So Freddie, 2-2-2. Looking to follow up the 180 with a massive visit. Put himself down into outshot territory. There's another triple found, so things are just flowing. Flowing for Fred. 139. 275 for Tom. This man is not used to, well, he's not used to losing. Joe and Ron and, you know, some of the other guys gave him some trouble in the past season. Leaves himself the tee-up Taproom 170, but did a whole lot of winning last season, the past 2 seasons, really. So Freddie might be getting under the skin of the Emperor, which is not a common occurrence. We'd very rarely see Tom mad. 76 here, fired in for Fred. working out which way he wants to go. Likes to go to the 17s there, leave himself 46. Again, this is a low percentage shot. The Tee Up Taproom 170. Are we going to see it go? No, we will not. That's why it's the big fish for a reason. Tom might elect to go for the bullseye here or trip 18. Tried to go for the bull to leave himself 40, but finds that single bull. 65 remains, 46. So 6 or 10 here for Fred. Now 2 darts at tops. And it's taken with relative ease here. Freddie, great darts. 2-1 now for Krueger as he looks to have an opportunity to take the opening set on his throw. Tom's got to be a little upset by the way that this game has developed so far. Has some mid-steps in the scoring department. Fred has just been reliable and consistent, very similar to how Joe has been playing in his games. Just able to really lean back and start firing away and just trust that those darts are going to land where he wants them to. Great 2 treble visit there from Tom Curtin. Firing away, but more of a response than anything else because Fred firing right back. Second dart just pushed outside, but a lot of space on the left side of that bed, and he's able to fit it in there. So 125 followed by 140. Ladies and gentlemen, blink and you'll miss these legs. They are going by quickly because these guys are blowing up the scores. Only able to find 55 there. Not a great visit, and this is what we've seen. Tom has these moments where he blinks. He's not able to keep the consistent scoring flowing. Fred, if he can find a triple here, will put on a lot of hurt. Not able to do it, only able to find 41. Tom Curtin finds that critical first dart. Second dart just high, but still a good line. May go downstairs. Elects to stay there, but only finds 95. How unlucky can you be for Tom? Those darts were not far from joining that first one. Here it comes. Here comes Krueger. 2 in there. Wants to stay there for 40, and he just can't pip the third dart. That would have left 40 if he was able to find that third dart in that triple 20 bed. Tom Curtin, he's angry. He's upset, looking to fire in a 180 of his own, and he does. Massive, massive response there to leave himself 48. Great darts. Freddie working with 78 now. Finds it for double 12. 24 remaining. And a big take from Fred Krueger. 97. Gone in 3. No reaction. Stone cold take from Fred. And we have the opening set going the way of this man who's looking to get it done against the Emperor, the Season 2 and Season 3 champion. And he has been motoring, not missing by much. Tom Curtin. And I don't think I've actually ever said this, but behind the 8-ball here at the WPL Studio Season 4. Very rare sight indeed, but give some kudos to this man right here. He is throwing consistent, quality darts. I think he might have pipped a trip there. Looks like he did grab one. Tom is just not being allowed to miss. Has to be perfect. 2 in there. Are we going to see another 180 found here from Tom Curtin? We are. Another ton 80 fired in. These guys are locked in. They are set on their arms. And man, howitzers blowing up the board. Able to pip another trip there. My goodness. I mean, these guys are just neck and neck. It's hard to believe, even with that maximum, that Fred is still so close. How many games have you had where your opponent hits a 180? Look at the frustration on there from Tom Curtin. Just can't believe that these darts are refusing to go in. That's something that we've also very rarely seen as well. Tom Curtin reacting like that emotionally. He's usually been so calm and so collected for the majority of all of his WPL games. Fred is finding ways to rattle Tom here, put some pressure on in the big 131. Great darts. Tom Curtin, 136 now. Finds the first part, needs another one. goes low. So 56 remains now. Will leave himself handy on that 40, but the 110 is not safe. Fred Krueger, you feel like from moderate distance, is a serious threat. 90 remains. Is he going to go to trip 18? Finds it for double 18. Oh, and he just can't grab it. Just low. What a bid, though, from Fred. Was lining that up for an excellent, excellent outshot. And Tom, a little high, needs to make a minor correction down. Can't find it. 2 in there. It might be blocked. And we apologize to everybody who can read lips. Unfortunately, not able to find that. Tom Curtin leaving the door open for Fred. Double 9 is rather tricky, though. Doesn't want to go too far inside and does hit it. You can just tell from the reaction there. Not much you can really do. Have to go for it. Just unlucky. And more opportunities now for Tom Curtin to get rid of this double 10. Just outside, though. Outside again. He's gone further outside. And there it is. It's taken by Tom Curtin. So Tom now leading this second set, 1 leg to nothing. Fred Krueger took the opening set. So Tom looking to extend this game out, needs 2 more legs, and will be getting off in quite a hurry here. Already found 80 points. Looks like he's slipping off into that 5 segment, so 85 fired in there from the Emperor. Freddie, who I have yet to come up with a nickname for, looking to chase, wants 2 in there. It looks like there might be space, looks like there might be a ramp there. Finds a ton. So both of these guys doing very well to get going, not really wait around. We've seen that a couple times tonight with some of our games where scoring has not been there right from the start. These guys, like rocket ships, just focusing on getting out of the game as soon as possible. That's exactly what we want to see. Freddie finds that trip 19. So important that he finds it. Tom Curtin looking to just keep on doing more of the same here. Fortunately, that dart not able to go. Third dart drops down. Looks like our cameras are out of sync here, which is unfortunate. Fred Krueger looking to go downstairs for the switch. Finds the 19, but not finding the triple. So 265 now for Fred. 240 for Tom. Looks like both guys are slowing down here a little bit. 41 found. So the scoring is starting to slow down, folks. Not a lot going on in the scoring department, which is unfortunate. Fred looking to try and capitalize on the mistakes. Wants at least 2 more in there. Put some serious pressure on. And looks like 105 found to leave himself 160. So Fred first down to an out. Tom struggling to come back, 199. 45 found there. So Tom not doing enough to get down to a comfortable out. Fred Krueger 160. Looks like the first part of it is found. First part of it, second part of it is found. So double 20. No, can't go. 121 found. What a bid there from Fred. Great darts. And Tom Curtin won't get this going either. Finds that second dart, so big opportunity to put some pressure on, but can't quite piece it together. So Fred just a half step in front. 7 to double 16 you feel is going to be the way. Finds that 7. Now slightly across a double 16. Up to double 8 now. Minor adjustments. And not able to lock it in. Shake of the head. He's not happy with that effort. Tom Curtin working with 74. I believe 60 remaining now. Up to double 20. And wow, well low actually. Not great at all. My goodness. So both guys, big whiffs here. Giving up opportunities. And is Fred going to be able to take it? He does. Great take there from Fred, just cleaning that game up. Tied 1 leg apiece here in this second set. So a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a step here. Fred, looks like a shake of the head there from Tom. continuing to just hammer away. Goes down to the 19s, finds it. Is he going around the world here? No, he's not, but what a way to get going. My goodness. And that might be a tough blocker there from Tom Curtin, who's blocking the bed. Looks like he does find that second one in there. Just slots it in. Finds the 140. Just when I believe that he can't pull off the shot, he does trick shots like that. But Fred, my goodness, continuing to hammer away. Looks like he's only able to find, 95 there. 270 for Freddie. 361 remaining for Tom, who's just starting to really pick up the pace, really elevate the game. Are we going to see a third 180 here? Fourth of the match. Yes, we are. Tom Curtin with the massive 180 keeps things moving along. But Fred not too far behind. If he can find two, maybe just even one triple. Finds the big ton to leave the tee up Taproom 170. Curtin not at an out yet, so critically Fred is first to have a peak. Finds the bull. 70 scored, 111 remaining. Not able to grab that 19, just not happy with it. Now Freddie, this would be quite the jewel in his collection. The first dart just goes well wide. Second dart finds its way in. And the third dart finds its way in too. So great three darts combined to leave 50. 104 finds a 4. Okay, so a little, nod of the head. Not terrible, not bad. And the second dart, just calamity here for Tom Curtin. Just not able to piece these darts together. Paint a picture out of his visit. And so a little bit of a pause here. Freddie, 50 remaining. Surely you feel 18 is the way for Fred. Likes the 10s, never mind, double 20. The way to go here. And what am I talking about? He made that look easy. 2 darts. So Fred Krueger now one leg away from taking this game 2-0. Tom Curtin, only one leg on the board, needs it here. And that is a poor start here for Tom. Looking to lock in with something a little bit bigger to put the pressure on Fred. But Fred, again, this would be a break of throw if he can take this game. Finds 2 triple 19s. Hammers on the pressure. The Emperor starting to sweat a little bit in his new clothes. A lot of space in that trip 19. Finds it, follows up with 2 triple 19s of his own. You can do, I can do as well. And Freddie, again, ever so slightly off by just millimeters on that first dart. Well high on that second one, so needs to clean it up. Finds that big third. This has been a really well-paced game from both guys here. I really have to admit. The scoring has been excellent. The chances have been great. Big 140 there from Tom Curtin. You really do feel like this is a level match between guys who are operating at a level. Well, it's going to be leading the way here at Season 4 of the WPL. Fred looking like he's going to stay there. Can only find 41. Tough visit there from Fred. So 145 remains now for Tom Curtin. 85 remains here for Curtin after those 2 trip 20s. What a setup from Tom Curtin to leave himself 40. That is gross, that setup. I mean, only a guy to the caliber of Tom can make a setup like that look easy. Unbelievable. And is he going to come back to take this? I think he will. Oh, my goodness. Well, a little bit of a shake of the head there. Oh, my gosh. It's just becoming a mess. 18 remaining now for Tom. If he pips this, that would be hilarious. And, wow, he leaves himself 4. So the fantastic setup just to have a look and have it fall apart. I mean, very lucky that Fred is not within range. Still going to have a chance at it. But Fred looking to pile on the pressure. If he can just find another trip, not the trip he was looking to find. And Tom Curtin, double 2, never loses. And wow, lucky dog there from Tom Curtin that Fred was nowhere close. This is going all the way in this set, folks. Fred will have the darts. looking to try and seal this game up 2-0 with one more leg here. If Tom wins, we're going to a third set. Hold on to your butts, folks. This is going to get wild here. Both of these guys, I think, they've got to be shooting at about an 80, 70, high 70s, 80 average. The Beast unleashed. Anthony, Tony Collette's in the chat, folks. The Beast has been unleashed. For sure, man. Hope you're doing well. Could have used some of your blessings today with the technical stuff and all the weird gremlins that we've been experiencing. But you know what? We persist. We carry on. We bring the darts to the people. It's what they want. Tom Curtin, 4:18 remaining. Now looking to just try and find some triples. He might have just found 2, actually. Unbelievable. Great darts there. I believe it was only 1. Freddie blocking the entire bed, though. Looking like he's going to stay on it, though. Likes the line. Now being forced to move. Not able to grab it, so 260. Not enough to really give himself a comfortable lead. Tom sitting all the way back on 3-3-5. And that is a brutal dart there from Tom, who's just not going to put any pressure. So if Krueger can hit over a ton here, that is a massive mistake from Tom Curtin. And it looks like the likelihood of that happening is very high here. Able to fill it up. Are we going to see a ton 80 from Fred? Yes, we are. Oh, my goodness. What a shot from Fred to leave himself 80. This is for the game here, folks. This is for our trip to the finals. Fred is delivering the goods for sure, and maybe a little bit of a defeated look here from Tom Curtin. 236, well back, and Fred eyeballing 80. One more in the single 20 segment. That's found up to double 20. And Tom will live another round, but needs to find something big. 140 minimum here, you feel. And unfortunately, the 42 is not going to be enough to even bring him down to an out. So Fred Krueger, trip to the finals for 3-2 in this set, going up to double 5. Finds it dead center, and that's the game. What a match, 86.8 to 84.2. Unbelievable game. The quality, the standard from both guys, the doubles. I mean, one poor round, and you were at serious risk. What a game. These guys are going to be front runners, you feel, for the entirety of the season. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you come back. Just a few minutes here, it's going to be Joe Ricard versus the challenger, the man booking his trips to the finals for the first time, WPL Season 4, Fred Krueger. See you guys in just a few.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the place to play indoor golf in Worcester. Featuring 5 bays with brand new 𝗬𝗲 laser simulators and over 16,000 courses to choose from, including local courses, you're guaranteed to tee off comfortably on your favorite course any time of the year. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom also hosts indoor golf leagues year-round so you can grow as a player and have fun rain or shine. Great food, great drinks, and reasonable rates. Navigate to 𝗬𝗲Taproom.com to book a bay today. Say hi to Todd, Doreen, and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you.
Great teams don't happen by chance. They're built on trust, teamwork, and people who show up when it matters. At 𝗬𝗫 Staffing Solutions, we connect people with opportunity and businesses with reliable talent. And we're proud to support the local communities and organizations that bring people together. 𝗬𝗫 Staffing Solutions. People first, community always.
Days End Tavern is Oxford's hometown sports bar. Always serving up great times, great drinks, and great vibes. Always open for the biggest games. Come for the people, stay for the dart leagues, pool leagues, trivia nights, live music, and so much more going on every week. Come as friends, leave as family. How every hometown bar should be. Head on down to Days End Tavern in Oxford today.
Balboni Darts is the name in darts for Central Massachusetts and beyond. From dart sets and boards, accessories and apparel, to luck of the draws and events, Balboni Darts does it all to support the community they truly understand and love. Trusted by everyone, from players just starting out to state league champions. If you need to stock up on supplies or are just looking for a good time, look no further than 𝗨𝗏𝗨 Darts. Be sure to follow them on Facebook to stay up to date and tell them the 𝗬𝗃𝐿 sent you.
Since 2014, US Sports and Apparel has been helping teams, companies, and organizations look their best. Their catalog runs deep, including custom team uniforms, embroidered corporate wear, spirit wear, and promotional items. If you want it branded, they have the tools and the people to get the job done right. So if you're looking for unmatched quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time on your project, head down to Marlboro or give US Sports and Apparel a call. Again, if you're looking for gear that works as hard as you do, trust in US Sports and Apparel to get the job done right.
No job is too big or too small for Worcester's best signage and display crew. Art Creative are experts in signage, banners, large format printing, vinyl lettering, and more. With work featured all over New England, they will understand your needs better than any competitor, guaranteed. If you're looking for a local business that truly cares about quality, Art Creative is here for you. Check out their Facebook page or visit them online at art-creative.com.
Thank you to 𝗬𝗲 Taproom for being the Season 4 presenting partner. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom is the hub of darts in central Massachusetts. With close to 30 dartboards to play on and the biggest Friday luck of the draw around, you're guaranteed to see some friends or make some new ones every time you stop in. Additionally, 𝗬𝗲 Taproom hosts many Worcester Dart League and 𝗦𝗽man Dart League teams in all divisions, making it fun and inviting for a wide range of players and skill levels. If you're looking to develop your game, why not try and play in one of the many weekly leagues from cricket to long format 501? You're going to grow as a player and have fun doing it. So if you're serious about darts, stop by 𝗬𝗲 Taproom as soon as you can. Say hi to Todd and Doreen and the rest of the staff. They'll be sure to take good care of you. 𝗬𝗲 Taproom, 70 James Street in Worcester. See you there.
We are back from break. Folks, thank you so much for being here. Let me go over to the cam here really quick. Is it deciding to cooperate? No, it's not. So, you know, it's been a Monday. If Monday was an animal, it would be a large orange chubby cat. And today has been a large orange chubby cat of a day here at the Worcester Premier League. We've had so many technical problems. Dart Connect, our automatic scoring system, has had many issues tonight that weren't our fault. But you know what? We persist. We just watched an amazing game between Tom Curtin and Fred Krueger, who made his way in through the Season 4 play-in, earned his spot in the Worcester Premier League, and just finished off the Season 2 and 3 champion, back-to-back two-time champion, with an 86.2 average. That is startling, ladies and gentlemen. That is an average that we very rarely ever get to see. That type of caliber of play, usually only reserved for the best between, well, Tom Curtin, Joe Ricard, Ron Sargent last season. That's week 1 of Worcester Premier League. What are we going to see for the rest of the season? Hopefully, more of that tonight as we go over to the bracket. This is not updated. Again, it's been a fat, chubby cat of a day, but you know what? I can tell you who's in the final. Joe Ricard, Fred Krueger. So congratulations to Steve Krikorian for getting and earning points in his opening week. Congratulations, Tom, earning points in the opening week. But now it comes to the big points. Who walks away with 5? Who walks away with 3? We're going to find that out in just a few seconds here. Get to see, well, there's Fred Krueger. He's throwing some more warm-up darts. The madman that he is just switched on to our temporary board cam. Sorry, our scoreboard cam. Had this very, very high-tech workaround. It's called a camera on a phone camera, one might even say, pointed at a tablet, connected via a video call onto our computer, onto your computer. Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a technology-filled world, and man, oh man, it's crazy, the workarounds that we've had to do tonight. Let me give the players the go-ahead so we can stop listening to my rambling. Giving the command over to the guys. They're all chit-chatty. They're having a wonderful night. And you know what? That's the greatest thing here about the WPL is, you know what? These guys, as competitive as they are, as much as they want to win, they're still good buds, still good pals. Just not before, well, excuse me, not during the games. They want to rip each other's throats out, going for all these points, going for the big money, the big moolah. And Krueger will be starting this game. Just dispatched Tom. Season 2, Season 3, back-to-back champion. And he's already getting things going white hot. That first dart in that triple 20 segment. Unbelievable darts, unbelievable caliber, excuse me, from Fred Krueger. And we apologize for the length of the stream tonight. It's gone a little late. Thank you for everyone who's still here with us, watching along, rooting for these guys. Probably have seen a couple of these guys at local tournaments. I know that both Fred and Joe were up at Port City. I'm not sure if Fred was at the 𝗧𝗲𝗨𝗪 Winter Classic out in Leominster. I know that Joe was. A lot of the guys here tonight were. Rest in peace, Laz. But you know, these guys are familiar foes. These guys do play each other quite a bit. First time at the WPL studio, but first time for everything. The darts are still going to be just as good. Joe already at a pretty modest deficit here as Fred continues to just hammer away on these trip 20s. Remember, Fred earned his CDC Tour card up at the Port City Open, Portland, Maine. So he is eligible to play on their main tour. Some of the best players in North America. I believe Tom Curtin has or is looking to do the same thing. I know that Joe and Ron last season were on the CDC Tour, went to a couple of events. That is the, well, the quote-unquote big leagues. So happy to have these guys so close in the vicinity around here to be playing in the Worcester Premier League. Really elevating the rest of the game and displaying their skills to everybody. Krueger just hammering the points. Already down to 104. Unbelievable firepower prowess here from Freddie as Joe is just not able to lock in these darts. Left, right, abound. Not able to keep everything in line. Looking at 104 now. Finds the trip 20, so 44 remaining here. Finds the big 4, up to double 20 now for Fred. And he just goes a little low, but there is tons of time here for Fred. No reason to rush, no reason to panic. A little bit of a smile there for Joe as these darts just not going the way that they want to. Finds a big pickup there, but it might be a little too late. All in vain here if Fred can bury this double 10. And he does find it, so impressive opening leg there from Fred. Joe Ricard looking to bounce back here. Not, oof, that's a really, really wonky third dart going super haywire. Weird thing about Fred's throw, it's very rhythmic toss. He does this back and forth motion, looking to fill up the bed here with a 180. I don't know if that, yep, that's a 180. 140, excuse me, 140. It's late in the night, but, you know, there's still some gerbils in my brain that are running on their little hamster wheels, gerbil wheels, computing, crunching numbers, working overtime. Don't give those little guys coffee. Don't want to see something that small move that fast. Fred Krueger, again, a very rhythmic throw here. very uncommon, but you know, it works for him. He's just able to push that dart so effortlessly and find his mark every time. I mean, the 2 treble pickup, dropping the score down, shake of the head. I mean, Joe is not one to show emotion very often. Mark Rudge says Steve also has his CDC Tour card. Thank you, Rudge, for correcting me. Congratulations, Steve. He also plays up there in the big leagues with the big boys. But Joe very rarely shows emotion, very rarely even shakes his head in games, matches. For us to be seeing it this early into the match, he must be aware. Yeah, what can you do? Aware of the impending doom that Fred is bringing to this dartboard right now. He is making a crater out of that triple 20 segment. Nice pickup there, dropping his score down to 219 for Joe. 124 remains here for Fred, already within range. Wants a triple 18 for a bullseye attempt. Probably just going to stay there for a 92. Finds it, leaves himself 32. So 219 here for Joe Ricard, who is not playing bad in any respect. But Freddie is just a cut above right now, a cut above the rest. USDA choice, USDA prime. Is this going to be a prime opportunity at double 16? Going upstairs to double 8. Believe that was in. Wanted to follow that to the board, it seemed like. And a small adjustment needed here for Fred Krueger as he tries to bury this double 8, and it's outside. He wires it. But a low percentage shot now for Joe Ricard. Joe is saying, I can't believe I have a chance at this. Unbelievable. The chance will not go. But a nice 140 here, or even a 100 will do quite lovely. Simply lovely for Joe Ricard. Double 8 now for Fred Krueger. He's able to pick that up. Top corner there. 2-0 lead here in this opening set for Freddie. It's not slowing down. Average has got to be hovering around the 80 mark, would be my estimate. Lolo says Joe has his card too. I did say Joe, Lolo. Steve was the only one I missed, unfortunately. 96 found there from Freddie. Lolo, hope you're well. So happy that you're joining us tonight, watching along. Thank you for being here. Can already hear the, I can hear the thumping of that dartboard on the other side of the studio wall here as these guys are just hammering away on the points. Freddie, look at this. I mean, it's unbelievable to throw. Some people would call his throw weird. Some people would call it just a little different. But you know what? If it works, what can you say? Eyes wide open for Joe as he, 2 visits in, 3 visits in, already well behind. Needs to try and split the middle. I like that catch there from Joe. Seen that a couple times tonight. It's actually something that we didn't see from Joe last season at all, where he's pulling back his dart if it doesn't feel comfortable. And it might interrupt the rhythm, but I do like the attempt to clean up the toss. Fred Krueger leaves himself the tee up Taproom 170 takes. So are we going to see the tee up Big Fish? Joe Ricard looking for another trip 19 if he can find it. 96 found, 170. The tee up Taproom 170 remains for Freddie. This would be a monster take. The first part's found. Second dart's in. Oh, Freddie's going fishing. No, he can't find the 170 take. That would have been a whopper if he was able to reel that in. Good bid there by Fred. Like the fact that he's going for it. Bernie in the chat says, hi, Marty. Bernie, my man. Hope that you and John had a great time this past Friday at the Luck of the Draw over at Tee Up Taproom. Not sure if you guys won, but you guys have been playing great, and this man has been playing great too. 3-0 lead here, taking that opening set. Krueger now just needs one more set here for the night win. 5 crucial points. Joe Ricard looking to recover, keep these darts straight. Freddie's just been a freight train, an absolute wagon of a man tonight, just blowing up the 20 segment. And here he goes again. I mean, this man is almost unstoppable. 2 in there. Are we going to see the 180? No, we are not going to see the 180 to open it up. 3-6-1. mean, God, what a wagon that this man is on right now. Fred Krueger is just not missing. Got a feel for Joe. He's not throwing bad darts. I believe that's an 80 found. Not, might have been more, actually. Not sure. But Joe has not been throwing poorly, but Fred has just been throwing that one step above. Extra gear found at this level of play. I mean, 2 triples found again. Joe was pretty well in front. All of a sudden, turn around and find himself well behind again. It's got to be demoralizing, but Joe, again, very headstrong, very steady. Only finding 85, but that's a big, big miss. Now Freddie, with 2 triples, can set himself up quite nicely going. Actually thought about going downstairs, but chose to stay. Now he'll go downstairs. 137, thinking about which way he wants to go. Maybe 17. I like the laugh from all the guys in the room. That's pretty funny. They're chit-chatting about something. And, well, all that waiting around just nets him the 3. So unlucky, the pause, but Fred's still out in front. Joe, not the benefactor of that first dart. Second dart is clean. Third dart, well, a little bit of a mystery right now. Doesn't want to let it go. Finds the release. Looks like he does find the 2 triple visits. So 1-4-4 now for Fred Krueger. He's already 1 set up. Tie game. This is the first leg of the second set. Won't go here, so can only set himself up. 80, so 64 left now. Going for 16s. Finds it to leave him 16. Wow. So you talk about pressure. Look at another shake of the head there from Joe Ricard. He can't believe it. This man can't catch a break to save his life. 90 remaining now. Trip 18 for double 18. Looks like he's just barely in there, the bottom part of the bed. And he goes high. He sails it, so a great effort. But man, oh man. Fred Krueger cleans it up. I mean, this is just ruthless aggression. Unbelievable. Fred is putting on a masterclass in scoring, in doubles. He's making the game look easy, in which this game is not. So very respectable performance. I would love to see the averages of this game, after this match has concluded. Again, Fred Krueger threw an 86.2 against Tom Curtin to get to the finals to face off against Joe. Joe able to pip that trip 19, losing a flight in the process. A little bit of confetti. A good visit. Fred just locking in on that trip 20. Going high with the second one. Plenty of space, though. And again, so easily finds another buddy in that red part. Joe lining it up. Finds 2. Might be awkward if he decides to force it through. Can't do it. 1, 2, 3 found. So a closer leg than we've seen so far in this match. Fred still has a slight advantage, though. Doesn't like the line. Going to be staying. He really doesn't like the line of that one. So going down to those 19s now. And he can't pip the 19 either. Triple 3 found. So opportunity now for Joe. If he can find 100, 140, just get himself out in front. You feel like 2 trebles is needed, though. 100's not going to be safe. And, well, that's the worst third dart that you could possibly throw there. Awkward, uncomfortable position to be in if you're Joe. 230 now for Freddie. 210 now for Freddie, Ooh, caught the flight there. So awkward. Choosing to stay on it. And again, clashes into the flights. Might have been a better idea to go to those 18s, but he really wants the big fishy. 241 now for Joe Ricard. Not able to find it. Wants at least a ton to drop it down to 141. Can't do it. No out for Joe. Tee up Taproom. 170. Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. First part's found. Here, fishy, fishy. No! Second dart won't go. And, well, just like fishing, it can be a little boring. It can be a little aggravating, and sometimes the fish just don't bite. They've been, we've been seeing them in the water all night long, but they're not biting the hook for anybody. Krueger is going to be coming back to clean up this 48, as Joe has no way he can take out 181 and 3 darts. How many looks is Fred going to get? 2 darts at tops. How many is he going to need? Down to double 10. And well goes, well, he goes outside, just not by much. Enough to scare Joe into having to refocus back up. 1-2-1 needed. 1-0-1 now. Trip 17 finds it for a bullseye finish. Oh, can't find the double, only finds the single. Double 10 now for Krueger, looking to lock up this second leg. Needs to walk it down. Oh, wanted to chase it there. Not quite in. And I don't think that's in either. It's not. Scorekeeper says nay. Joe Ricard, 25, 9 found, double 8 needed. To pip a leg. Can't afford to miss. And he gets it. Joe Ricard stops the sweep. The broom has been put away from Freddie. And Joe Ricard has a little bit of life all of a sudden. But is he going to be able to keep this momentum going? Is Fred going to kick on another gear? What are we going to see from both of these guys as Joe is starting to come alive? 140 found. Fred looking to just do more of the same and stay consistent. He's going to be able to find that ton. No, he keeps the darts elevated. So Joe off to a rocket of a start. Needs to stop with these awkward left-right darts. Needs to find that line sooner. Does very well to correct down to that 85. So nice start here from Joe Ricard. Fred well behind, something that we haven't seen in this game so far. Needs another one to try and keep pace with Joe. Can only find the ton. So tap on the shoulder, but still fairly far behind. Joe can keep this pace, this pressure. Would want to stay there. There's enough of a line there for him to sneak in two. Does find the two. 136 remaining now for Joe Ricard. Krueger all the way back on 341. And a 180 here would change a lot of the dynamics of this leg. Going downstairs to the 19s. Not able to grab it, but the 139 covers a lot of ground. 116 remains now for Joe Ricard. 96 would love a triple 20. Can't get it. 60 is serviceable. But if out of nowhere, Fred is able to drop this down, a lot of questions will be asked on Joe. How good is your resolve? Finds the trip 19. Wants another one. I don't think he grabs it. 96 for 106. But still asks a question of Joe. How many are you going to need? It's only going to have one at a double. If he finds the 16 up to double 20. And he goes high. The question was asked by Krueger. Got the answer. Finds it. 6 or 10. Will most likely go 6. Up to double 20. Wow, what a take. 106 from Fred Krueger, stealing that leg away. Joe's just laughing in the background going, I had my shot. I can't believe it. No mercy from Fred as he looks to take this final, well, not final yet, but make this a final leg here if he can keep up this pace. Great start there from Fred. 98 to lead off the line. And Joe Ricard, again, played some great darts in that last leg. Really played some solid stuff. But this man is a tough man to shake off. I mean, he doesn't matter. Doesn't really think or dwell on the present. Just wants to hit his darts and get to where he's going and is looking to eyeball a 180 here. I think he finds it. Big maximum. So just like that, he's just focused on his game. The nightmare on Sutton Ave, I've heard that. Well, not before. I've heard the nightmare part, but not the Sutton Ave. Krueger is way too dreamy of a guy, though, to be the nightmare. That's why I got to think of a better nickname than that. Starts are certainly frightening and scary, though. 59 found there. 204 remains. Joe Ricard still within range. 261. Finds that first start, so 201 remaining now. 181. Looking to stay there. Only finds the ton, so leaves the 161. 204 remains for Freddie. 140. 100. It's enough. Wants the lot, obviously. What can he negotiate with his barrels to get? can't grab that trip 18, so 52 found. Both guys at low percentage shots. And it won't go for Joe Ricard, looking to just try and knock this down as quickly as possible. And that's just a poor, poor second dart. Out of character. And well, at the worst time, those type of visits usually rear their ugly heads. And 22 punched in from Joe Ricard. It's not going to go either for Fred. But if he can find a triple here, that's a lot more pressure on Joe to deliver. Not able to get it done, but he's down underneath a ton. But still, 139. This is going to be tough. Well, yeah, the face says it all there from Joe. Just not sure where that dart was going. Not sure where that one was going either. Out to lunch, those two darts. Down to the 19s, 29 found. And Krueger, this is his wheelhouse. High out shots, 2 darts, 72 needed, 12 you feel. Not able to grab it, so going back to the 20s for 52 to leave 40. He's been merciless. He has been a nightmare on double 20s. So Joe is going to have to take this out if he wants to try and have a chance. 90 remains. And, well, that's about as close as you're going to get to a throwaway dart from Joe Ricard, as he knows that his night might just be wrapped up here if Fred can find this double 10. Going up to double 5, a little bit of faffage, and he locks it down. Fred Krueger, who has qualified for the Season 4 of WPL through the play-in, takes the opening week and secures himself a critical 5 points. The great chase for the championship belt. Congratulations, Fred. You have played magnificently. 90.2 average. 90.2 average in that game against Joe Ricard. Unbelievable standard being played there from Fred. Crazy level of play. But that's the type of play that you have to bring if you want to compete in the Worcester Premier League. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure being able to cast for you tonight. Again, my host and buddy, my best pal, Nick Soldo, he was there doing the scorekeeping. Unfortunately, Dart Connect was having a lot of problems tonight nationwide. Their servers were not working. He was doing the live scoring, so sends Nick some thanks as well for doing some extra work tonight. But we will have everything figured out for week 2. Again, and we're kind of happy that all of this happened in the first week. Gives us a whole week of time to prepare, sort things out, get things prepared. We hope that you had a lovely time watching the darts tonight. Congratulations, Fred. Congratulations, Steve, Joe, for earning points in the opening week. But we will see you in 1 week's time. Same time, 6:45 p.m. Eastern for week 2 of the Worcester Premier League. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful night. My name is Stephen Marty Martinez. It's been an absolute pleasure, and we will see you very soon. Bye-bye.